Imagine you step out into the falling rain and stop time. Each raindrop represented an individual plane of existence. Billions of lives held by the interwoven systems of chaos and order.
If I die tomorrow, I hope you hear these words. I ain't here to flip no birds or sip no serve. Hope the future generations can get this urge. Stay woke, youngin', and avenge these nerds.
Hola.
I don't know about you guys. Tuesday, I'm with my buddies.
It is a very, 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 very dope weekend of like content that we had this past weekend. Very spicy weekend on both of the shows that we are talking today.
Indeed.
Yes, it sure was.
Yo, what's going on?
Why are you guys so quiet? Stop paying attention to outside stuff.
I am not. I am doing stuff. I'm managing the background.
As always, I come in at the last minute, you know.
Right.
I was checking comments. I was doing the comment thing, check it in.
How was the
doing what I'm supposed to be doing?
What'd you guys do this weekend?
Oh, I did absolutely nothing.
We missed you guys.
A whole lot of nothing.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. This weekend was New York City Comic Con weekend, which we did not go to. Tone, where did we go to on Friday night?
We went to Twins Pub and went to the Creator Aftercon. So there were people there, and then there were also people missing, like this guy here. I will never meet George in person for some reason.
The call out. Oh my god.
Oh man, that's oh man. But yeah, no, we have fun at the Creative Aftercon. It's always we got to see Jeff Ryder, we got Chris Spergles, A. Rubin, V.
I did not, George, but they're not going to give me a hard time.
On Saturday, Val was like, "Hey, so were you guys going today?" And I was like, "Yeah, that was yesterday."
Yeah, I got mixed up on days. I was like, "Oh, I'm out here now. Like, I'm ready to hang out."
It's nice outside. Let's do it. We're like,
yeah. Saturday was the day I was out. I wasn't out Friday. I'm an old lady.
Listen, we had Buddy Scalera there. We had Tony James. He was there. I mean, it was a lot of people. It was a great turnout. Food was great.
A lot of familiar faces.
Oh yeah,
very familiar faces.
And our favorite bartender was there, who's always been there for Creative Aftercon. Nancy, giving you a big shout out. She is also a listener of the show too. She's like, I listen to you guys. I was like, thank you, Nancy. And she remembers your drink since day one, man. And she just, just loves the crowd and everything. But yeah, with next year, Nerds will be in their full force. Because again, Creative Aftercon is a fun event around New York City Comic Con weekend. Like, damn guys, what else have you guys do this weekend? Oh, we got lost in the corn maze.
What?
Yeah, we went to my son's friend had a birthday, so we went to the local farm in which we got some pumpkins, and there was a corn maze, and then I had to guide the kids back because they all kept going to the same spot.
It happens.
It was fun though. It was fun. It was nice. But with that, unless we have anything else to say, well, first of all, let's just bring out one of our guests because he's already, a resident couch potato here. I want to give it up from the Sin Shop all the way out in Vegas. Give it up for the one, the only Mighty Pong.
Hey. That's right. That's a Sin Shop. It's got a Y in it, and it's exactly where you think. I've been sitting on that for like weeks.
That is so funny. First of all,
that is great.
Okay,
sitting on it. I was like, no, please don't say it.
I love it.
Walkers.
I love it. I love it.
I love her. That episode was actually a very good one. We'll talk.
It
about
was.
It.
So Pong, I gotta ask you. So what were your thoughts on that hot Mario trailer? Listen, aside from Chris Pratt, I was digging it the whole time.
How dare you?
When
I was in a good mood. I got to use the thing I've been sitting on for a long time, and then you just gotta smack me upside the head with Chris Pratt.
Jack Black as Bowser was great, and that opening with the penguins was also fun.
Did you guys see the alternative with the actual Mario voice in the same scene?
Nope.
Yeah.
But I want to see it.
It's so much better. I'll send it to you.
So,
I'll send it to you.
Tara Strong is going off on Twitter.
But
and I'm glad.
No lie, she has valid reason because
they
shit on the voice acting community all the time for that.
Yeah.
Where it's just
Yeah.
Who was going? What?
Tara Strong. She's played Harley Quinn,
Raven,
Bubbles, Raven. Yeah.
So she was like, yo, like, we have people who voiced the character for like 20 plus years, but then you're just gonna drop in some like celebrity, and they're not even gonna like do it justice. Like, that's fucked up.
People are like, yeah, they need to bully the studio, like they bullied the studio that did Sonic the Hedgehog.
They're not gonna bully the studio.
It'd be something like, all right, like we got Sonic, but there's so many different voices of Sonic, so we can give Sonic the new role, and his voice sounds good. They did a good job. They're just like, nah, fuck that. We're gonna give it to Chris Pratt.
I mean, but also with Sonic though, like Sonic didn't start talking till Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast. Like for the whole time being, you don't really hear anything.
Yeah, we don't really hear.
But we
not much.
Well, we can go in on how Chris Pratt. But you want to know what sounds better than Chris Pratt? Announcements.
A nail in my foot.
You are a
root canal with no anesthetic.
A wisdom tooth extraction.
A wisdom tooth extraction on the back of a motorcycle.
Not that bad.
We love you, Chris.
On the back of a motorcycle through Calcutta. The poor section.
Listen, let's stop Chris Pratt.
Let's get into announcements. Let's get into my bad segues into announcements and Pong ranting. So here we go.
Pong is going off right now.
So guys, make sure you
put the battery in his back. That was your fault.
I mean, I was like he was sitting on the Sin thing. I'm sitting on this fucking Mario chair.
So first announcements, make sure you guys are checking out Koncrete Kombat. All chapter 1 is out now at patreon.com, Bonet Studios. Subscriptions are at $3. But if you want to get the printed version, on the 19th of October, Wayward Raven is launching a Kickstarter called We Suck at Comics, which Koncrete Kombat will be one of the many comics featured in this anthology. You can go to waywardraven.com/we suck to start to subscribe and also get notifications when that Kickstarter gets live. Make sure your phone.
Also, really quick, to your Patreon, it's $3 a month.
$3 a month.
$3 a month. You know how I like to look at things? I like to look at things in terms of how many Arizona iced teas I can buy. That's 3 Arizona iced teas for a solid amount of content. You can drink
this man's a businessman
in one day, but I can read Seabass's comics throughout the month. So I think it's a good deal.
If you do something through Uber Eats, it's like half of one of these. Right? So, I mean, that's an even, come on. Also, it's a good deal. You got to go for it.
Make sure you guys are subscribing to Law's Switch channel. He's on every Wednesday, 3 p.m., Thursday, 5, Sundays at 4. Yes, he is back. He has been doing spooky season.
Yeah, so we did Secret Neighbor with Frim on Sunday, which was a lot of fun. We're going to probably keep that rolling. I've been doing The Long Dark on Thursday, which is like a survival horror game that, like, all right, cool, survival. And then it was like, oh, right, this is survival horror. Like, why is that man talking in riddles? And, like, the crazy lady with the shotgun is blind. Like, nah, I don't like it. They're talking about things after the dark and the apocalypse of the apocalypse. I'm good. You guys can catch that later. Wednesdays is Subnautica. If anything, we might change it up. But for now, it's Subnautica.
Guys, make sure you guys are subscribing, follow, support Law on his Pew Pew channel. And again, he is doing wonderful things on Twitch. It's actually, it's fun because it's very fun because it's very interactive too when we all get to jump in there and watch you play games. And it's just funny because we're there with you when you're going through some issues with the games, which is hilarious. And I think that's like, it brings back that whole thing when we're all like together playing games and everything. So it's always, so guys, make sure you're subscribing. The link is in the description. And then the next thing we got to talk about is that we played that beautiful trailer in the beginning for the Medusa's Cascade, which is going to get an animation of next year, 2023. But you can listen to the podcast where you get to hear me, Tone Law, play our favorite characters in this podcast, Kyver, Zex, and Galahad. Every Saturday, it drops the Medusa Cascade podcast.
I'm waiting for Tommy to drop the Kyver, like, missing episodes because I want to know what the fuck he's up to.
He's in Queens, New York, man. You know how hard it is to get out of there? Between 100 Street, 100 Avenue, 100 Boulevard, 100 Road,
100 Court,
Place,
100 Drive.
100 Court. Yes.
Oh
he's been driving around the same block for like 5 months. Avenue, no street. Ah, damn it.
Next on the list is in the description.
That's Queens for you.
Yes, it is a true story. Next on the list is Lou Cyphs' new EP is out. The Motive. Make sure you go check it out. The link is in the description. Yes, this is rap for grown folk. Lou Cyphs dropped some bangers on there. He is the creator of the Nerds of the Round theme song. So make sure you go in there, follow it, subscribe to it, listen to it, put it on in the car, put it on in the back. It is a great album, so you definitely want to listen to it. Also, make sure you're checking out our buddies at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. Catch the Craze every Wednesday night. Make sure you are catching those guys. Sam and George are killing it over there, doing their thing for indies and all that. So make sure you guys are tuning in. And speaking of Sam Vera, check out Sam's new Kickstarter. The link is in the description. There's an alien in my toilet, number 3. Link is in the description. It is there. You guys want to go support some duty? You know, as a matter of fact, let's play some duty. You guys ready for some duty?
Sure.
You ready for some duty?
Yeah.
I didn't know I was signing up for that. I haven't been to a party like this in a long time.
Listen. We're gonna poop on this parade right now in 3, 2.
We have just a few reasons why you should pick up a copy of this Narrative in My Toilet, book number 3, I Chihuahua, today. Join all of the others and pick up a copy today.
Straight from your Uranus over here in Costa Craze. Give it up for Sam the Man Vera.
What's up?
Welcome.
What is up? What is up?
Duty says hello.
There he goes.
What's up?
What's going
That's
on?
hilarious.
It's good. Welcome
Sam, it's
back,
been too
Sam.
long, sir.
I know. It's like I had to do homework. I was like, I'm going to the Nerds. I got to do my homework.
Oh yes. No, you can't just fucking go work out and throw some benches up and not listen and pay attention to the show. You actually got to listen.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, and not only one show, it's 2 shows. I was like, oh damn.
Before you got lucky, it was only one show.
No, I know.
And then you had George there, so you could just be like just chilling and then like slide in.
I skated through with ranking, you know.
But Sam, we want to welcome you back. You're on your 3rd campaign for duty right now. You've been killing it. You've killed it with Catch the Crazies, and now you're on Kickstarter number 3. So tell us a little bit about Duty's new adventures and what people can expect. And guys, the link is in the description. Go ahead there, support the Kickstarter, because Sam has been out there putting out some great content, meeting with the fans on the pavement and everything. And he's always putting out their quality content. So Sam, mic is all yours.
What's up, everybody? So this is book 3, I Chihuahua, and first of all, I want to say there's no risk to you as everything's been printed. So that the only risk to me is that it doesn't get funded, and I lose that money. But yeah, so here it is. This is there's 2 covers. You get to choose between cover A or cover B, and Duty finally gets into a home where he he crash lands on issue 1. He has to survive the wild in issue 2. He finally makes it into a house, and in that house, there's a father and son, and there's a Chihuahua named Herman who thinks he knows there's an intruder in the house, and he thinks it's a talking jalapeno. And Duty's never seen a Chihuahua before, so he thinks it's a rodent. So that begins their rivalry, and it takes off from that point on. And at the same time, the government has just tracked the crash site for the UFOs, so all worlds are closing in on Duty, and he needs a game plan to escape. So this is the funniest one in the series, and I'm hoping that you come along for the ride, because everyone's like, when's he going to meet with people? When's he going to make contact? Well, this is just the issue where it pops off. And not only that, there's also a variant cover. So if you're a fan of The Shining, then there's the variant cover. Here's Duty. Here's Johnny. This is there available on the campaign as well. Plus, this summer, for the first time in a decade, I've actually worked on another Duty project for this campaign. There's a second book involved, and it's called Duty's Monsters on Planet Cthulhu. And this is a 1 cover of a 3 cover spread. So there's 2 covers that come on the side. So you can get the single cover or the all 3 and have 1 big spread. But this Duty, it's full color. I did all the work on this, the lettering, the coloring, everything. And Duty, this is after Duty's time on Earth. He's in high school. He's bored. He wants to go on an adventure. His friends think he's crazy. And then he finds out about some missing soldiers that disappeared on the Outer Rim. And the only communication that came back to base was 1 word, Cthulhu. So he's like, whatever this Cthulhu is, I'm going after it. And he's not equipped to handle it, but he's Duty. Duty does what Duty does. So he goes after it, and Cheeks, his best friend, goes with him, because it was Cheeks who slipped the information. And so they go on an adventure to face this mythical creature. And if you know the story of Cthulhu, he's been imprisoned underneath the ocean. But so how can he be on a planet in the Outer Rim and Earth at the same time? The only way to find out is to pick up Duty's Monsters on Planet Cthulhu. This is issue 1 of 3. And then if you have a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, there's also Duty's Adventures. This is a children's book. It's also on the campaign. What's different about this book is very interactive. Every page turn, there's a story, and then there's a multiple choice question. So the guardian or parent can ask the child what they just read based on what they just learned there. So it's very interactive between the two. And at the end, the child gets to write their own ending. So there's 3 pages for them to write their own ending and 3 additional pages for them to draw their own characters. So this is Duty's universe. So the campaign is the biggest one I've done yet, and introducing all stages of Duty's world to everybody. And if you have a young artist that you want to get encouraged to draw, there's also the custom sketchbook right here. And so the child can 50 blank pages where they can sketch their own stories. But if you pick this up, I will start off the child with their first sketch and a note from Duty encouraging them to continue with their journey. So there's nearly to my toilet in a nutshell, Duty's world. So if you haven't checked it out, if you like to laugh, you like Invader Zim, you like Alf, you like the Loud House, you'll love Duty.
Sam, that was a beautiful plug right there. Again,
Good stuff, dude. Also,
I was
congrats,
doing
man.
fine
You
until
got-
he said all the stages of Duty. That's when I lost it. I couldn't hang on anymore. Like, don't be 12. Don't be 12. Don't be 12.
B12. B12, damn it.
No, man, it's really cool. I mean, aside from like doing the Kickstarter and being super successful, I also like that you're doing all the other stuff. I know you're making it towards a kid's book and doing the whole reading comprehension thing, so you can have those activities and the sketchbook and just kind of giving all those options there, because it can definitely be something that the kids are reading. And like my kids are in school and they always have to have a reading log, and so you always got to like submit with the reading. And so it's not just the comic; it's a comic, but also there's stuff going on. So it's not just it's the best of both worlds. So that's awesome, man.
Thank you.
Plus, we're coming up to Christmas time. It's a perfect stocking stuffer for kids
Perfect.
and everything. And a great way, too, to segue kids into comics as well. Because, again, I love the fact that you got the animation going on there. I know we spoke last time you were on the show, and we've been speaking back and forth. You also went to one of the licensing event. I know one of your goals is to definitely get this eventually as an anime series. So it's pretty cool to see the little animation in the trailer. So it's like I can't wait for it, because I know you've been working on this story for a while, and Duty's been one of your projects that has been there. It's been close to your heart. But I can't wait. I can't wait to just see this Kickstarter get funded, because at the end of the day, it's going to happen, because you've been killing it this whole year, the year before, with everything, and then you just put out quality content out there, and it's your love for like the fans and the love for your characters and everything too, and your story.
Thank you. And that scream at the end, that was me. And if you picked up Cast the Crazies, there's a cameo for the Crazy Man in Duty's Monsters. Just saying.
Oh, Sam, I don't know if you got the notification, but your goal has been hit. You're at 1265 right now.
Oh yeah, no, we
Yeah.
got funded this Saturday.
Congratulations.
All right, cool.
Yeah, we have 8
Awesome.
days to go.
Congrats.
Yeah, so now it's time to unlock some stretch goals.
Let's get you some stretch goals. Come on, this is Christmas time coming up.
Yes.
You've also done your homework too. You've done your homework on
I
She-Hulk.
did my homework. Yeah. Yes, She-Hulk.
So go ahead, Lo.
I was gonna say, so since you've done your homework and you're coming in strong from a fresh watch of the show, what are your thoughts, sir, so far?
Wait, which one are we diving into first?
Oh,
She-Hulk?
She-Hulk.
Okay,
She-Hulk
okay.
first.
Yeah.
We know Hot D is the last thing we do.
I mean, my bad. I should have known. That was a dumb question.
Come on now.
Of course, of course.
Well, that's what She-Hulk has been looking for. Anyway, but
And finding.
I'm just saying, I think that's the whole plot of the whole damn thing. It's like she's
Not
just trying
this
to find a man.
That's sweet.
You know,
It's good though. It's
yeah.
good. Edge Runners is
No,
good.
it's real
Yeah.
good.
But my favorite was the first episode. I thought that was gonna pop off from there, and but then still trying to figure out the whole. Maybe I'm just too slow, what's the purpose other than her being emotionally, in a bad place mentally, her lack of confidence, and the fact that she has to find love in all the wrong places. So that's the only takeaway I get from it.
This is the problem with men trying to understand the women mindset. Oh, y'all ain't shit for real. That's the problem.
I'm married in silence, so I ain't saying shit.
Oh man,
married 20 years.
Yes. Right, exactly.
Keep it going, Val. Keep it running.
No.
Keep it running. Keep it running.
I didn't watch it in previous episodes. I didn't know I hit a sore spot.
No. It's how you gonna say find love in the wrong places. She's vulnerable. She's insecure, just like every other female. And we fall for the dumb shit that you guys put out there, and then we give it up, and then be mad when we get ghosted. What the hell you think happens? That's her fault.
Not gonna lie, my wife fell in love with me some dumb shit. I said we were going to the movies and we did a walk in the park.
I didn't know. Daredevil said, "Let's go to dinner." She goes, "No, let's go back to my place." So it's her fault.
First of all, Daredevil.
Okay, well, Daredevil isn't finding love. Daredevil isn't finding love in the wrong place. Daredevil's, it's the muscle bound dickhead who was like, she sleeps with him, and then he's like, "Who the hell are you?" And he's like, "You serious? You serious?"
Right? She was. But he's also the first person who actually gave her attention, that actually told her what she wanted to hear, right?
Yeah.
And you can't fault her for wanting that. And then she's finally getting something that she realizes maybe in a better version of her, and wants someone to just like her for her. She gets it with the guy at the wedding, and that was all a farce. So she's feeling insecure. Like, you guys just don't understand. And I'll be the one.
So I got. I'm sorry. I got a question. I found the key, and I should have left it on the floor, but I picked it up. I unlocked my mouth. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. But here's my question: why does she have to be insecure to have a good time? Because I was in my 20s once upon a time.
Right.
I did more than she's doing. So I mean,
you were a DJ, bro.
I was a DJ at rave parties in the 90s, sir. I know debauchery.
Yo, Steady, pass me some of that popcorn right now.
So I mean, like, why does she have to be like, is she in a bad place? Well, yeah, she just got like totally screwed over, especially at the end. But she, especially in that one situation you're talking about, she had a bad date. So yeah, of course you're gonna get the rebound thing. Of course.
I mean, I didn't mean to go off. I didn't mean. I'm sorry, Sam. I didn't mean to cut you off on your thought. I just had to give my 2 cents real quick.
I had to go get my vest.
We haven't spoken about She-Hulk
we haven't spoken about She-Hulk at all as it's been going on.
And I know V has been on it in regards to She-Hulk. So
see what happens when you hold it back.
Come on. Noted. Oh my god.
But let's go back. Let's rewind. Sam, go ahead and finish your thought. I didn't mean to
I'm scared.
I said my piece. I'll let you talk.
Okay. So aside from the whole aside from the whole
Vixen of the night,
go on.
No. The whole finding love in the wrong place and all this, and all these other things.
Yeah.
How else do you feel about the show in regards to the story that's going on? People trying to come after her living this dual life, like all those things, and like the different episodes. And we can eventually lead up to the Daredevil episode, which I'm sure we all kind of want to talk about, and all the mutants they've been peppering into the show. So aside from that first aspect that you mentioned, what else?
Which, by the way,
it's gonna be very controversial tonight. I was like, wait, hold on. I gotta call my security team. Hold on. I need reinforcements.
I
just don't understand where it's going. But for me, maybe I guess I'm just I never read the books. I never read her books. And it's like, with Spider-Man, I understood the journey, the purpose, and the conflict. And he had specific villains. With her, it's just like, one day it's this, one day it's that, one day it's this, one day it's that, and I'm like, all right, so where is it going with this? She had, Banner in the first episode, and he's gone or whatever, and then you can make it little pieces here and there. There's always these talks about becoming an Avenger, so it's like I just don't know where it's going. It just seems like they're piecing a lot of things in there. They're just throwing to see what works, maybe for a second season, and then run with that in the next season. But I'm not seeing it.
I think that's what because they definitely did pull from a lot of the comics, because she does break the fourth wall, which is hands down perfect the way they did it. And her show was kind of like the platform for a lot of, like, you remember Wizard Magazine Work of the Month they were making for, so her comic also became, since she was a lawyer, they used that. She was kind of like the Harvey Birdman attorney of law before Harvey Birdman, but in the Marvel universe. And it was with a lot of these B-list, C-list like characters, and sometimes big names. Like they have a whole scene where she's running into like a bunch of heroes, and Moon Knight is there. It's like, is that Moon Knight? Hold on. And then you see Moon Knight like, oh shit, it's a lawyer, I gotta get out of here. So it's like, it's just her show, like kind of like when Spider-Man brings out a lot of characters and everything, her comic kind of did that for characters that were just not getting a lot of love. And you do see that peppered in the show with Mr. Immortal, who we probably would have never gotten in the MCU. Now we do, and it's a tie to mutants. Manbull, Porcupine, these are characters that at one point when they were created many moons ago, they were probably considered like, major players, but then like over the years people are like, these characters kind of suck. Yeah, they became, so it just became funny that way.
What was the name of that main character, the one that was in prison that came out of jail?
Abomination.
Abomination. So like I thought it was gonna pop off when he came out. So I'm thinking for me, I'm like, maybe there's a plan for him to act up later on, but because he has this collective on that he's hanging out with. But I was like, oh, they just that's a great villain. I want to see how that goes. And then next he's like a reformed Buddhist. I don't know what. And I'm like,
you believe that's real?
No, I think it's a plot. I think he's building his forces. So I know that's probably gonna come. I like, my favorite character is her assistant. Yes. She, from hands down, I know that girl. It's like I grew up with that girl. I mean, she's just hands down my favorite in the whole thing. Again, it's entertaining, but I'm still not figuring it out.
I think we're
go ahead.
Go on.
I was gonna say, so as an old, I think there might be one thing that you might be missing here, and that's as an old. I am an old, and what you might be missing here is the what they're trying to do with the series is it's kind of a beat him up again. What they're trying to do with the series is a homage basically to your 1980s, 1990s comedy drama type of thing, right?
Yeah,
Think like Night Court, but way less rapey.
Right, and they incorporated a superhuman aspect
or like Alec
into it.
McBeal or something.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
there you go.
The thing is,
Alec McBeal.
I feel like that we, as Marvel fans, are so convoluted in making it be a whole universe to tie into something. I don't think this show, if it does tie in little bits in here and there, great. However, I don't think that's the intention, and whether or not if it even goes there, I'm not mad at that if it doesn't. I'd like seeing this show as it is on its own, and being able to enjoy it for what it is. I guess it's not. It doesn't need to be part of the bigger whole.
What George just said. It's
the writing.
Wow. You think the writing is weak? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think like what Val's saying, I think we keep putting it. I think we put all these shows on the pedestal of like, where is it leading to? Because I'm on the fence of like, I don't know where Moon Knight's leading.
Right.
I feel like where the show is leading to isn't just only to She-Hulk. That's a thing that I think Marvel's trying to figure out with some of these shows. And it's so aside from that, because I look at She-Hulk as kind of like its own standalone thing in LA. Yeah. Right. And she's dealing with all of these issues that we're not going to see in the movie. And we may see her pop up maybe in the Daredevil show, maybe in Avengers somehow. I don't know. But also like tying all these shows into feeders for the greater MCU, it's then not going to feel like it's by itself. Like I think Miss Marvel was cool to feed into the MCU because we knew from the jump she was going to be in the Marvel's movie. So getting her there made sense, but like I don't have no fucking idea where Moon Knight's going.
Well, we had this
Moon
conversation.
Knight's another one, but no one's as mad with Moon Knight as they are with She-Hulk, and it's a double standard.
But again, with She-Hulk, I know with She-Hulk they were taking risks because they already had said when it was going to come out that they wanted to. When they were doing the Marvel shows, they said that they wanted to do different things, and one of the things was that they were adamant this was going to be a comedy. They were going to go the comedy route with the show. I feel like the 30 minutes and then the last episode poked fun at the 30 minutes. Like, wait, we're still going, which I thought was funny. But it's like I thought that hurt the writing a little bit because you're trying, but again, it's trying to be a comedy. And like how you two, what Tone said, it was standalone. I even told Tone in our car ride to New York, like the Daredevil episode felt like a Marvel team up episode, like the Marvel comics. So it's like it was kind of nod to that where you saw heroes teamed up, but it was like a one shot thing. The overall aching story, it may end up leading into because the rumors are that Abomination Hulk may fight. That's a rumor. In the last episode, we don't know. And that the other rumor is that this is probably a setup for Leader to appear at the very end to kind of tie in the possibility of this character going to be in Captain America: A New World Order. And then there are rumors that her character is also going to appear in the Daredevil series, since now they have that link together as lawyers and they hooked up and all that. And it's funny too because I say it follows the comics because She-Hulk did a lot of that in the comics. It was like, who did she not hook up with? She hooked up with Thor. She hooked up with Juggernaut. And again, it plays the character where she.
Let's go on the list.
Yeah. Shut up. It's all going on.
I was gonna let it slide.
Yep.
Not Juggernaut. I can't let Juggernaut go. If it's got Nard in it, how am I not gonna write it down?
It's going. No, Punk Deadass has a list.
I'm sorry, Juggernaut. Juggernaut, and it didn't roll off the tongue right. God damn it! And that's supposed to be my favorite character too.
Roll off the tongue right, huh? The Nard didn't.
The Nard.
Man.
And it's funny too because it's like. She's such a great character in the comics, and I feel that this is just that transition. It's like we do have what they pull from the pages. I just don't think a lot of fans were either ready for it or they're just hating it to hate it because like the argument.
If I can add in, I feel like I learned from the very, very first show we got on Disney Plus, Wanda. We over speculated episode after episode after episode, and then nothing happened the way we thought it was gonna happen because we were expecting this and we're trying to figure out this and we thought about this and everybody was like, where this could possibly lead to. I learned from then. I'm not doing that going forward on any show that I watch. I'm gonna take it for what it is and enjoy it for what it is. As long as I don't have those expectations, I'm not disappointed.
And
the only time I do that is on here. It's the only time I do that. And then and then as soon as I'm done with it, I just throw it away.
I honestly think like the speculation portion, or like anytime we're like, oh, does it tie into the great, like all of Phase 4 has no need to tie into anything else. It has the like subtle nods, and we know because it is an MCU property that it ties into everything else just by that alone. But the fact that we need to have it connect to whatever future project, we don't have to. Like in the comics, a lot of this shit happens. And sure, some of it connects, and some of it's just like, hey, that happened in somebody's Tuesday on the other side of the world.
Right.
And it is what it is. And I think like we have
platform gives them this freedom to have more fun with these characters that they have access to, and gives us a different insight on it.
See, I'm not a Marvel buff like you guys, right?
Okay.
So I'm not well versed in the Marvel universe at all. So for me, I'm looking at it everything's a first experience for me. I'm just trying to figure out where it's going because it's like all I know is that she's insecure and she keeps hopping from bed to bed. That's what I've taken away from it. So I'm like, I like the comedic aspect. I love her friend, I love that whole banter between her and the stylist, the guy who makes all the uniforms. But it's something that I would watch on the Sci-Fi Channel. It's like Sharknado. It's like that. It's like corny but entertaining. Like I don't have any expectations for it. I just trying to figure out what's the overall arching theme other than throwing everything. It's like goulash. They're just throwing a bunch of ingredients inside a pot.
I think what we're gonna see is like because they keep going about with certain things that happen in each episode, such as the Wrecking Crew when they attacked her to try to get her blood, when Banner mentioned about destroying her blood, and the fact that this guy was a plant and got her blood.
Yes.
So it's like this is all leading up to that final episode. So they sprinkled those small things, but what they did with this series is that even though they were sprinkling those things that they're just very, very small that they put in that little breadcrumb, they were just still giving you a whole little thing. So it's like think about
A
like
normal life. She's
yeah.
living a normal life. And
I was-
how do you adapt to now getting superhero powers and still be able to live your life as a lawyer and lose everything? And her whole life just changed. And I think
Yeah.
we're witnessing that. And that's kind of what this show is based on, while trying to tie in the superhero aspect. There's something more sinister behind the scenes that they haven't let us peek into, just minor little things.
which
So I'm excited to see where that goes. And I'm not mad at it.
Was
They
this the
wrap-
last episode of the season, or is there another
yeah,
one?
last
one.
episode's this week.
One more.
Oh, there's one more.
One more.
Yep.
Mhm.
So what they did is that they kind of raptored us. Like, remember Jurassic Park where the raptor, you're watching that one right there, and then the other one came out here. That's what the fuck they did with this series. But
I mean,
know-
all I know is that this one group is essentially the red pill Reddit, the red pill subreddit. That's essentially what this is.
Yeah.
Going
So
after her. That's
All right. That is one problem.
Who do
that
we
I
think
did
is the
have,
bad
and this-
guy?
the rumors
Who do I
are the
think is-
leader. The
I don't-
rumors
Yeah.
are the leader.
Do you think it's the head of, the boss of the attorneys, the firm?
Somebody? I heard that too.
Interesting.
her boss?
Yeah. That would be interesting if it turns into that.
Because
And
all
maybe
his
there's-
clients have problems,
Yeah.
you know. So it's almost as and he's trying to protect them. So I'm thinking overall leads to this guy.
Well, the
I was
rumors
gonna
is that it's leader because he's the one who tried to get Hulk's blood. But go on.
I was gonna say, if you want someone outside of that space, but like it still ties into something else, because we don't know what the power brokers like whole end goal is, and wasn't her thing trying to get super soldier serum as well?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like potentially,
There's a lot of different possibilities in what we know in the Marvel world of who would be looking to try to get some form of She-Hulk power, right?
Mhm.
Or Hulk power, the gamma radiation blood. But I don't know.
I feel like
It's,
you need someone
it's
smart
very
enough to,
ambiguous, and I
like,
think
take
they
it.
did it well.
Well,
I think I'm gonna go with the leader, and here's why. Because intelligentsia is stupid. And here's why I say that. Intelligentsia is stupid on purpose. Intelligentsia is meant to appeal to a bunch of people who are dumb. Who just
4chan.
have brainworms.
Which is a
Or
Red
reality
pill,
of a lot of
red pill Reddit.
yeah.
Exactly. So what I'm thinking is that would require somebody behind the scenes manipulating things, blah blah blah. That does sound a lot like the leader. I did, and that would actually explain the one little problem that I did have with their telling of intelligentsia.
Who
Well,
used the
sorry,
big
it's going to
word?
get worse
Did
from
I
here
use
on
the big
out.
word? I don't know. Who used the big word?
So here's the thing with intelligentsia that I had a bit of a problem with. Usually these groups
Call them what it is.
are,
These dipshits.
oh yeah, these dipshits. Yes, that's
Is-
right. I'm
quick
sorry. I'm
question,
used to
is
being
in the
on
comic
my
books-
show.
In the comic books, is intelligentsia part of AIM? If I heard something about that, am I wrong about that? Is that accurate?
that's something I'm gonna have to look up, but it might just be
I
something
thought
they
they're
created for the
just.
show.
I honestly thought they made it for the show because they're making this more modern in the world of
Yeah.
what people are
Yeah.
dealing with, and
could
leaking
have
of
been a-
sex tapes
Right.
and shit like that. That's like
It could
all
have
that
been
stuff that you're seeing on all those those anonymous channels
Yeah.
and things.
Okay.
Yeah, it could have been a group in the comics, but what they probably did is, like Hudson said, they flavored them up for now. But yeah, I mean, right now, all signs point to leader, and
Right.
they don't even need to give the actor. He just needs just the presence.
I need a
Or-
silhouette of the big head.
Yeah,
Well, didn't that actor say that he was casted or that
Yeah,
he
he
was
was.
Yeah,
working
you
on
know,
it? Yeah.
he's
Captain
showing up.
America.
He's gonna be in New World Order, so
Right.
they brought him in for D23.
Well, there you go. So what my only problem that I have with it is typically those groups of the aforementioned dipshits,
Oh.
they are usually responding to something that they perceive
Relax.
as a
Hey,
slight,
Relax.
right? Anna Sarkeesian comes out and starts talking about how women do get mistreated actually, and everybody loses their GD minds. Okay, so there's a perceived slight. With this, it's just She-Hulk's just doing her thing, and then we need to kill She-Hulk, and I was like, okay, really? But now, Art Ninja did have a really good point. My wife, she said, well, maybe they're just kind of keeping that in the background for now, and all of a sudden at the end we'll be like, aha, this is what was really happening, and that's the plot hole that it being the leader fills. Because if the leader is pulling the strings, he's like, I want something these idiots are going to respond to so they can do my dirty work for me, which might sound familiar. Then, then that would be the way to do it.
Yeah.
By stirring up that stupid.
Right.
But anyway, that's just my take.
Can we talk a little bit about the end of the episode after the whole deed with Daredevil real quick? And then when she's like, this should have been ended. And then we are waiting for something else to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And her flip out after being completely embarrassed in front of the entire group and family, and when she's expecting to be honored.
And that's fucked up because
the Will Smith.
That whole award was such bullshit.
all of it,
Right?
all of that was bullshit. But they did that, because you see it in the first episode when she talks to
Sam's
Bruce,
point there, it might be the boss. If he set that up,
shit,
right? It makes Sam's point very, very
We're
valid there if
if
he
it-
set that up.
If it happens, I'm gonna cut that and play it and say Sam Vera said it here first. I do love though that when she went savage, it was kind of homage to the comics, like the old comic cover where they show her all big and green ripping through the white dress. Sensational Savage She-Hulk. I do like it, played homage to that. But again, it goes back to when Bruce was saying, like, yeah, when people start to see you as a monster, that's when things change. And that's what a lot of people saw her at the end of that episode, because
they baited the hell out of her.
Yeah, no, and that's
it was sad. It was actually
everybody want to poke and poke and poke, but when the monster come out, they don't want to handle it. Like, I want to stay.
Now let me ask you something. This is interesting to me now that I'm thinking about this. If that were to happen in real life, would I feel in any way
It does
scared
happen in real
of...
life in today's world.
Oh no! I meant the response.
Okay.
I totally agree with you. No. I'm not saying that.
Do you know who her cousin is?
What's that?
If you knew who her cousin was, yeah, probably like, oh fuck, we got another Hulk. Now I gotta go up my insurance premiums now, because if she comes here and damages my stuff like her cousin did, there we go. There goes my insurance up the roof.
Just don't live in the city, and we're all moving out of the cities anyway. So
it happens in the country too. It's like all of a sudden, like, yeah, I moved out the city. All of a sudden, you see Hulk's big ass just land on your fucking truck. It's like, oh, there we go.
We found a great place in Sokovia.
Like, Geico, I'm calling you. Yeah, I wasn't even in the city.
Way out of the country. Everything's gonna be fine here.
Man,
no, it definitely happens. But what I'm saying is, if someone were to Hulk out like that, right? If a woman were to be like, okay, I'm over this shit. I'm hulking out, right? How many people would really hold that against her? Because I don't know about you guys, but if someone's doing that to me, I'm gonna be pretty mad.
Yeah.
Will Smith slapped the shit out of someone.
All of Fox News will hold it against her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's validated or valid. Come on, man. Like,
This is the first time Steady's on my side. I don't know. This is brand new.
Yeah, this is a very new feeling for us.
For those who are
Welcome.
For those who are joining in, we have Sam, the man Vera, with us from Catch the Craze. He is promoting his new book.
Shitted on right after. Thanks.
Damn.
This is only a temporary alliance.
He's promoting his new book. There's an Alien in My Toilet, issue 3. This Kickstarter description is in there in the description. I'm sorry, I'm dying right now because you guys, I love you guys. You just got me dying over here, all of you guys.
We're here to help.
Let's talk about the funniest walk of shame I've ever seen captured on camera.
So great.
Daredevil walking with
he owned that shit though.
First of all, his entire from entrance to exit, his entire appearance on the show was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
When he walked into the courtroom, I was like, yes, finally.
Oh, I knew it. I'm watching with my wife, and I'm like, Charlie's coming. Charlie's coming. I know Charlie's gonna walk through those fucking doors.
Yep.
And then he told you, I'm here. That was for us. That wasn't even for the court. That was for us.
Did anybody catch because they've been trolling fans too, all the haters this whole season? Did anybody catch? They're like, yeah, we're gonna have the #1 superhero pop up, #1 guest character pop up. We're gonna have Leapfrog, and they went all in on a social media campaign for this episode. And then it's like Leapfrog is in the episode, so a bunch of people. Then all of a sudden, Charlie Cox just walks in like, "Hey, I just thought that was fucking beautiful." Sam, I want to get your thoughts about the Walk of Shame in Daredevil.
I was like, so you can't. When I saw him barefooted walking, I was like, I was like, that guy's he's hurt. He's hurt. he's going and he needs therapy. I said, why are you walking barefooted? But he slept with the hole.
He put in that work, man. Like, listen.
No, I don't know. I
want to put my boots back on.
No, here's the thing. Okay, so the walk of shame, the intention behind it, when it's usually depicted by women with carrying their heels, because
walking out the door. Yes,
exactly, and they're barefoot. So that's what that play is on. Not that I thought it was well done, and it was a good way to turn this table.
Yeah, it was funny. Kudos to Charlie.
Nobody want to walk in them damn heels.
Charlie could play.
That makes sense now. I was trying to figure out why he didn't have his boots in either. I was like, well, you got time. You don't have to leave in a hurry. Like, put your boots on.
Fix in the city. I would have gotten
it. Charlie Cox was meant to play Daredevil. He has played him in so many forms and different ways, and he's pulled it off. And the fact that he pulled it off with him walking in the Walk of Shame, which is pretty fucking hilarious. I love it. Thank you, Charlie. You have given us Daredevil. Oh man, and I can't wait to get his show. But it's like it was good. Their interaction, their chemistry,
Steady gets it.
Their chemistry.
Hell yeah!
Do that shit with pride.
Listen, it's he walked with that.
Listen, if anyone knew me in college.
Sounds like you guys had a whole lot of fun.
If my record box could talk, I would pay it to keep quiet.
I was just very well known on campus for a school that I never attended.
So instead of walking with shoes, you're walking with your fitted on your hands.
Basically.
Oh man.
The best one was a fire alarm that rang, and the RA's residents were like, and I was like,
we're not supposed to be here today, but no, I mean, I love their on-screen chemistry, the way that they interact, and then again, it felt like. Do you guys ever remember Marvel Team Up?
The fight scene with the tadpoles.
Oh yes,
the fight scene with the tadpoles was pretty awesome. Him going down the hall, we get that reminiscence on the show.
Yeah,
and then her crashing in. It was just done very well. I like.
I didn't understand Daredevil's attitude about like, oh no, just let me handle this. I didn't understand why he had that attitude.
I don't think he expected her to even, because she hasn't done this. He's been doing it.
He's there.
She does not do any superheroing, right? And he's been doing this for some time. So it's like, look, you don't even understand the process. You don't even understand why we hide who we are. You just are out there. And so I think it was more about, you don't know what we do kind of thing. Let me handle this. And she was able to kind of prove herself, and still in a different perspective, because she is out there. She doesn't have anything to hide.
I did enjoy their fight sequence.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
It was very reminiscent of when we saw Charlie Cox play Daredevil in that first fight scene in his show on Netflix. But it was kind of funny, like how you said, like She-Hulk interrupted, because we were all like, "Oh, he's about to beat their ass. He's about to beat their ass." And it's like, and it's just funny because she's talking to the dude while he's fighting in the background, which I thought was funny too, because
even the lawyer advice.
But
I just like lawyer shows.
I just like lawyer shows.
Yeah,
that was great.
I don't know, this show for me as a Marvel show, I think it did its job, where it's, again, they took a chance with it to be a comedy because the comic was a comedy. It showcased elements of the MCU that we wouldn't get on any other stage. So like we got Man Bull, we got a bunch of characters like Porcupine, the scene with Porcupine and the supervillain retreat. I thought that was funny, and it was a good use of characters who just, let's be honest, they were like, they're C-list characters. They D-list characters. And a perfect use of Mr. Immortal, who headed up the Great Lakes Avengers, headed up the Great Lakes X-Men. And the fact that gives that mutant connection, because he's neither human nor mutant, but he's kind of tied to both. And it was funny because in the comics, he was like, oh, let's just be like the Avengers. And then they got a cease and desist order where they couldn't use the name Avengers anymore. And then they're like, well, mutants are popular now. Let's just call ourselves X-Men. So most of the team is mutants. And Great Lakes X-Men came to be. So the fact that we have him in there, we wouldn't have gotten these characters. I mean, it's use of them in any other formal way. And again, it just really, really poked fun at the MCU, which I think needed.
My only thing with this show is I think it should have been released the entire season in one shot. It was a slow start to short episodes. I wanted to get with the waiting week to week for this particular show. I didn't need it in any way, but it's paying off in the long run. I would have been better to binge it through one sitting.
Are they releasing all their shows at once on any of them? I don't think they are.
It's back to back.
It keeps viewers in. Netflix is going to be doing it now, but Netflix is changing their process, and they're not going to do drops like that anymore.
I swear, if I have to wait week to week for Stranger Things 5, I'm going to fucking shoot myself.
Oh God!
For real.
Please no.
But to Sebastian's point, like this show did what it was supposed to do. A lot of the new Phase 4 stuff is doing what it intended to do. It may not be what we wanted, but it sure as hell is whatever they wanted to do. So if they just wanted a She-Hulk show to just be a She-Hulk show and not have any connection or any grandstand kind of thing, and just let it be a She-Hulk show, they did their job. Same thing with Eternals. Literally, Eternals' job was to introduce Eternals and the Celestials. Did their job. And it is what it is.
I'm glad this show, you know what? One thing I'm glad that She-Hulk has addressed is the fact that this is the first Marvel show that has finally addressed the fact that there's a giant Eternal sticking out of the GD Ocean.
I know you were mad at that a few times.
I was. And when I saw that, I was like, thank you.
It also addressed
someone is talking about. Go ahead.
It also addressed a man fighting with claws in a cage.
Wolverine's coming back. Yeah. It's fine.
Thank you, Kevin Feige. But
the thing in the ocean, though, no.
But also address the timeline thing, because we still weren't sure where this fell. And
this show takes place in, supposedly from what I saw, it's 2025. Definitely after the blip.
Didn't we talk about this? I could have sworn we did.
No, we have, but this solidified that by addressing that this happened after Eternals. Yeah.
Yeah.
But before we get into off the She-Hulk train and go into hillbilly Westeros, I want to let Sam plug in his book one more time on here. Sam, please go right ahead.
Hi, I'm Duty. So anyway, there's Nail in My Toilet on Kickstarter right now. Again, if you heard me in the beginning, if you love to laugh, pick up issue 3, I Chihuahua. Herman, the Chihuahua, thinks Duty's a talking jalapeno. Duty thinks that Herman is some sort of rodent. They're going at each other. And there's also Duty's Monsters on Planet Cthulhu. Go and check this book out. This is cover 1 of a 3-cover spread. This is a fantastic adventure with, if you like Frankenstein, the werewolf, Dracula, Cthulhu, they're all in this. And Duty started it all. So go and check that out. And if you have little ones, 5-year-olds, 4-year-olds, there's Duty's Adventures. Little Duty growing up on the planet Uranus, and he's going to school, and he has to deal with a school bully. So what do you do when you're faced with a school bully? You become a superhero. That's what Duty does. Duty does what Duty does. And this is a very interactive, fun book for the parent and the child. Every page turn has trivia questions, and the child can write their own ending and draw their own characters at the end of the book. Great Christmas present. Great to add to underneath the tree. And every issue of Disney on My Toilet has 4 pages of trivia, questions, puzzles, and I'll show you an example right here. So right here. So every issue has puzzles, mazes, trivia questions, story-based questions tied to the story to really inspire kids to learn and use their imagination. And then finally, there is the official sketchbook, Duty sketchbook. And if you get this, I will start off the book with a sketch for the child and with a little note from Duty to your child, encouraging them to continue with their artistic endeavor.
Aw.
It's Nailed on My Toilet on Kickstarter right now.
Guys, get the Royal Flush collection. Come on, you got it. It is Duty issues
The Royal
3.
Flush.
Yeah, we just
I'm sorry,
gotta make sure we
I'm
spread
sorry.
Duty as far as we possibly can. Just from wall to wall Duty all the time.
That's it.
Listen,
I mean, that's more fun than the She-Hulk
Sam,
train.
you knew what you were doing, Sam. I love the marketing for it. All that. It's
Oh, his best friend is Cheeks.
see,
He knows. He knows. He knows.
Oh my
Duty and
god.
Cheeks.
this is why he's a crazy man. I fucking love him.
Oh,
I love
that's
They're almost
funny.
inseparable, unless you have a bidet, I guess.
Almost inseparable.
Almost.
Almost.
Gotta get that bidet. It's been 2
That's
years. You
hilarious.
gotta have a bidet by now.
I got you.
The pandemic investment of the year, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my god. Christ.
What?
You gotta take care of Duty.
There you go. That's it.
That's
That's
right.
it. Sam, now you have to make a villain called Bidet. There you go.
The day. Yeah. No, I have the
Oh,
diabolical evil maniac overlord nemesis poo poo. So Duty, Super Duty does have a villain.
I fucking love it.
I'm just saying.
Can't.
I love it.
Oh.
Man.
Oh my
Thank
god.
you.
Oh.
So I'm gonna let you lead the Westerosi's interview. Take us to the cousins, the uncles, the aunts,
Oh my god.
and the any many.
You're so bad at this, dude.
I know.
You're so bad at it.
Listen,
All right,
listen.
Listen. All right. Well, we're gonna transition on over to High Tide. We're not even in Westeros.
Thank you.
We were. You're welcome. We were talking.
Is it time for a tone spoiler warning? Yeah.
No, not yet.
No, not.
There's no need. You know where we're at. You know what we're doing. You know
Right.
what we're doing.
I feel like we're just long overdue and we kind of miss it, but you know.
You know, it's fine.
I
It's
do
fine.
kind of miss it.
It's fine.
Yeah,
Let's-
you
let's-
can do
let's-
it. We can
let's
definitely do
wait.
it.
Look at
Let's
that.
wait. Let's wait till we do the. All right. I guess I will do a sport. Jesus Christ, guys. All right. All right, everybody. We are here. We're back to Westeros. We are going down to High Tide. We're talking episode 8 of House of the Dragon, the Lord of High Tide. Another time jump has happened, folks. I know people are worried about it. And you know what? We got to cover 27 years of bullshit to get to the war that's about to get fucking started for these next 3 years. So deal with it, people. I'm here to answer all of your questions about Game of Thrones if you don't know what's going on. Okay? There's also a good set of books. Anyway, we're on to the next one. Everyone is older. My man, Patty Constantine, deserves a round of applause because he killed it as King Viserys.
Big facts.
Because in the books, he is just kind of a happy-go-lucky dude, and this dude fucking acted, and you really feel for him. He is half-faced. He has no eyes on one side. He's wearing a golden face. The Alicent has been ruling in his name and doing everything she can to make sure the Greens are getting what they want. I'm reading all the comments here. I appreciate all the love, people. Appreciate all the love. We have we have Corliss's brother show up because he wants what's his because those kids are bastards and your daughter is a whore. And my man Jamin was like, say that shit again.
You can't run your mouth.
But he cut his head off with the Valyrian blade of Dark Sister, and all you see is his tongue on the floor. We have that, and then we have the dinner of dinners. We think that Alicent and Rhaenyra are finally going to come together and be friends as they were that we saw them in episode 1 sitting under the weirwood tree while she was reading. But unfortunately, those kids whose hate has been drained into them for those past number of years has been let out. As Viserys leaves the dinner table, my man Aegon One Eye comes up and gives a toast to those 3 strong boys, and shit goes down.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, poor Viserys, just on his dying breath, has no idea that he's talking to his wife when he thinks he's having a conversation with his daughter. And as Law had told me yesterday, put the battery in the back of Alicent to realize that her son needs to take the Iron Throne. And we were going full speed down to chaos. I don't know if y'all saw what happened in the episode 9 trailer, but shit's about to go down. Blood's about to be shed. Family's about to go after family. That's the spoiler warning. Let's talk about it.
Woo!
Yes.
Look at all these comments. House of Toad. Let's do it. George is ready. Damn, he said that from his soul.
Yep.
See, that was long overdue, man.
I know. Listen, Damon's here, man.
Yo, David,
why would you not want to do
my dude, man? David is my motherfucking dude.
I love Damon. Oh my god, his character's so great.
When he is again not the most episode 1 really was like, damn, he's problematic. I don't know if I'm gonna like him, but I'm gonna fucking sure as well like love to hate him. Now I'm like, why can't everyone be like Damon? Like, what the fuck?
So Sam and Pong, since we haven't had you guys on the show talking about House of Dragon, Sam, what are your thoughts on the show?
Number one, the writing is fantastic. The two, the princess, you know them by name. I'm just gonna call my title. The princess, she has no choice but to become who she's becoming. She's tried every turn to to try to extend her hand in friendship, every turn to bend and try to accommodate everybody, and they pushed her to this point where when her uncle, when she realized what she has to do from this point on and realized that everybody's coming for her, and she asked her uncle, and he says, well, we can't be together unless, because you're married, unless he's dead. And when she said, I know, I was like, oh, damn, it's about to go down. I was like, oh, that's the turning point. That's when because at first I was like, when they changed the characters, I really loved the first character, the younger version. And that's when they changed, I was like, I'm not sure if I'm going to buy this one. And then, but she's coming to her own. And I'm like, oh, she's evolved. And it's that human story. Like, I feel bad for her because, she wanted it to prove that a woman can lead. But then when she realized the torment that comes with it, she wasn't digging it. And then now she realizes for my life, for my salvation, I have to. So, and the only way I'm going to survive is if I form an alliance with my uncle, which is, and he is on a whole nother level of badass. And, so I'm like, for me, he's like my favorite character, because he's tormented. He loves his brother so much, but he also wants the throne. And, so he understands that that's so different. And I think because he respects his brother, he distanced himself, but he really wants that throne. And so I just think it's going to pop off. George made me aware of something I didn't realize. Her husband, when the uncle, plotted his death.
Her first husband, Lenor.
Yes. When the uncle, basically went to his lover and said, you know what? I'm give you gold, send you to an island, and I want a swift death.
Public.
I didn't realize that was him on the boat.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was an assassin. So
they were going to Driftmark, right?
I thought they were going to tie up loose ends, and now they're going to kill him on the boat as he's going off to this island. And George's like, no, that was. I was like, oh, I didn't even pick up on it. How dumb am I? That's pretty dope. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, he faked his death.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, they were going to Driftmark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
To start over and everything, where they didn't,
They were going to Essos.
No, they're going to Essos. Driftmark is where he's from.
Driftmark's where they're from.
Right, they're going to where.
He's fleeing Driftmark. He's leaving Driftmark.
Going to Essos.
Right.
Essos
is where the Martells are from, right?
No, that's Dorne.
That's Dorne.
Yeah.
Essos is
the East Coast, where Daenerys was at with everybody else on the other side.
The Free Cities.
Gotcha.
They're cool with gay relationships. That's
all of that. That's in Essos.
Yeah,
mentals. I mean, there's just so many different things. I don't know how you guys. My hats off to you guys because I just remember the titles. I don't know all of the other things.
Don't worry, Sam. I'm in the same boat as you.
The faking of his death, though, is something that isn't in the books, and it was a nice twist and a nice surprise of how they presented it in the show.
So it was the kid that was witnessing the fight that they threw in the fire. I'm assuming.
The kid is
No,
the
the-
witness.
The guy
Um,
Damon strangles on the stairs is who's
yeah,
in the
no,
fire.
Shortly before that, there's someone that dies. It's happened so quick. Damon kills him, and they just switched bodies, and that's kind of who they did. It happens much differently in the book, but this was a very good twist, and it
I
doesn't
mean,
take
this
away from
story
the
is so
story.
damn intense. It's the first 5 episodes. I binge watched the first 5, and it was hard. I couldn't sleep. It's so intense, but I mean, I love where it's going. But I feel for everybody. I feel for everybody because they're all in a crossroads. It's like her best friend, the queen that didn't want it, but then her father plants the seed in her head, and now she's suspicious. And then when her best friend lies to her, that's when she's like, if she lied to me, what else can she not telling me? So then she starts believing her father, and I'm like, oh man, this is just, I just feel bad for everybody.
She technically didn't lie to her because she asked her if she slept with her uncle, and she said no because she didn't sleep with her uncle, but she slept with Sir Kristen. So
She did lie because she said her maidenhood was still intact in so many words, and that wasn't the case.
Right.
And I think that's what turned her. That's when she started believing in her father, saying that, if she's allowed to rule, that your kids their lives are in jeopardy. And so she said, well, she lied to me. She's my best friend. So then what else is she plotting? And I think
Right.
that was that turning point for the relationship.
Yeah.
And Pong, so your thoughts on the show?
Can't wait to see it.
Oh, I forgot. You don't watch it.
I told you guys this months ago that I didn't watch
I
it.
completely
I
forgot.
That's why I've been like, hey, I can't wait till you get back to She-Hulk. I've been reading from Wikipedia this whole time. What I was gonna do, I couldn't treat you guys like that. I was gonna be like, oh yeah, the one that when they fled Driftmark. Yeah. That's straight off of Wikipedia. I was gonna say something about
You
when
had
Prince
me.
Aegon. Well, yeah, with Prince Aegon with that handyman, I couldn't believe Allison covered it up like that. That's crazy. Like, why would she do that for him? I have never seen an episode. Not one.
I literally forgot that you said that you were not gonna watch it.
I'm sorry.
We're here now, so
Yeah.
We're across
We're
All
here
right.
for the ride now.
Well, so
that's
the thing
so
is, when she
funny.
was going, she went to Viserys, and she was like, "Hey, look, I my secession has to go on, right?" And she's all quoting the dream and all that stuff.
Wow,
Yeah.
you know what? Stop
keep
right
going. Keep
Okay,
going.
all right.
I'm here for it.
He's,
All right,
he's
go
talking
ahead, go
about the dream. The dream is a legit thing. Keep going. What else you got?
Oh, I mean, well, so she was talking about the prince that was promised and all that, and then Sir Vaemon presents his petition to the court and all that, right? But no, the thing when Viserys comes in, like he was hurt. He was hurt, man. Like he enters the throne room, like Lucerys the Driftmark is the heir, but it's like, no, dude, you need medical attention.
Yo,
It's
just
better
look
than
at,
you
like,
know
I
that I haven't
believe
seen
that
it.
you watched it though. That
all
you just
4 of
go-
the nerds right now are all leaned up like this, just going, go on.
Keep
Keep
going.
going.
What you got? Because it's not like you're reading it verbatim. You're reading it and then paraphrasing it as you're going. So keep going. Like,
This is why I wanted to tell you the truth, because it would be way funnier
Oh
if you
my
knew the truth that I have
God.
never seen an episode.
This is great. Oh,
oh,
this is gonna be your favorite. Oh,
I don't know.
George,
Alex-
how's it feel to be wrong?
Well,
we're gonna have an
How's it
episode
feel
where
to
it's
be
gonna be.
after the
Yeah.
last episode where Allison's arm got all Rhaenyra's the one actually that got her arm wounded,
Right,
but
right.
I mean,
Allison's the one who did it though. Allison
Yeah,
did it,
yeah.
Remember?
You're
Remember?
close.
still your favorite.
We're gonna have an episode where we're gonna invade Catch the Craze. Me, Sam, Tone, and Law are gonna sit in the back while we just have Val and George go at it about Allison. There we go.
Allison's
That's it.
not innocent.
Allison, no, she's not. You know who's
That's been my
really-
running thing since the first episode. That's all that is.
the guy that's irking me that has to come to a really bad
Otto.
demise is Laris.
Laris.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lord.
He's irking
This
the
is
crap.
hilarious.
I was like, oh man.
Otto's like the kind of nasty that you can kind of like I can take some chaser and swallow that down. Laris, that's like I fucking drank that one time, blacked out, and I never want to experience that shit again.
Yeah, this guy's at a whole nother level of evil, and I'm like, oh.
Listen, you want to throw him in the wood chipper with his cane and everything. So
I mean, you know, everyone gets their comeuppance eventually.
Yes.
Everyone
By the
gets-
time we get to
I'm
Game of
hoping
Thrones,
his
they're
is
all
like
dead.
Joffrey.
like
I
Joffrey.
mean,
Oh
Like
no!
Joffrey.
What's his face? The guy. God damn it! The Bolton, the Bolton guy.
Oh, the
Bruce?
wolves. So they fed him to the
Yeah.
wolves.
Ramsay?
Oh,
The
Ramsay.
Bolton-
Ramsay,
yeah,
Ramsay.
Ramsay Bolton. Yeah, it has to be something. It has to top that because this guy is like the actor's playing the character
Ramsay was just
perfect.
desserts, yeah.
Yeah, the character he's
Well,
playing.
yeah.
The actor who's playing this guy, he's doing him perfect because it's like he's capturing. It's like you feel the sleaze coming on, you feel the evil coming off this character, and then it's like he's just nailing this character to a fucking T. It's like you love to hate this fucking character. And it's kudos one to the writing and two to the actors who are portraying these characters because they're really embedding the emotions. It was the same thing with the brother from who got his head chopped off from by Damon. It was like, you know, it this whole time you kind of kept your mouth shut about now your brother's potentially dead, and like, oh, it's about the bloodline, you're coming at it. He didn't want them hands, and he got that sword, so he acted like he did.
He was annoyed because no one expected Viserys to come in because
Yeah.
the High Towers were going to rule in favor of him.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was to solidify the fleet of Driftmark on Green's side, and it didn't work out the way they wanted. Tone, correct me. I don't recall Corlys getting injured at this time, and this happening in the books. This petition for succession of Driftmark.
There's stuff that happens, but it's Rhaenyra who orders Vaemon dead.
Got it. Okay.
That's what happened. There is a stuff with Corlys though, where he's kind of out of the picture. He's out of the picture for a bit, and then the war happens, and then some things happen, and then he does some things, and then some other stuff happens.
Right. Okay. You just thought. Okay. You brought it back to me. Thanks for that reminder of those things.
That was big fucked up. Yo.
I mean, you know,
Bro,
she believed her.
first of all, the fact that she knows that Aegon ain't shit, and she's still like,
Wait,
I don't
was
know.
it Aegon or was it Aemon? Because I
It's
think it was
It was
Aemon.
Aegon. It was
Aegon.
Aegon.
It was
Aegon
Aegon.
ain't
It's
shit.
not.
Aemon,
not
I actually like Aemon. Aemon is like a repeat of Daemon. Like he's just like his uncle, honestly.
Yeah.
And-
Aemon isn't. He's
Oh,
he's
when
for
his uncle.
family.
Wait, so Aemon is
Aemon one eye.
Okay.
He's the guy that got wounded with the knife because he
Yeah.
claimed
Him-
that
him-
Vagar had a dragon.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is
exactly.
Aemon
Right.
the older brother?
No, Aegon is the older one, the little bitch.
So you've got.
Why does it feel like Aemon is like
Because
the
actors look older, but it's Aegon. So you have two Aegons now, because you have Aegon from Alicent, that's Aegon the Elder, and then you have Aegon from Rhaenyra and from
Aegon the younger.
and
Okay.
and Daemon. That's Aegon the Younger,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
Aegon the Elder and Aegon the Younger.
because when he what did Viserys say? He said like Aegon, like that's a strong like king name or whatever.
Viserys.
Viserys.
He was saying that because they named one after Aegon and named another after Viserys, and he said fit for the king's name. So one of their
okay.
children is named after her father.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay.
And you like in that little scene right there, all those people that you met, there's a whole just secession, just whole bunch of ziggity zag shit happening.
Hmm.
Oh man.
I think Damon is going to kill Sir Christian.
Ooh.
I think those two are going to go at it. They're coming to blows because he's
know?
already stopped them a couple of times, and he's getting on his last nerve. Just like when the brother died and his brother he was giving that speech and he called them whores, and he when he's about to, he goes, "Go ahead, say it." When he's just ruthless. So
Yo,
he's
Damon's
already,
about that
he's already collecting tickets. So he's
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna get him, I'm gonna get him, and he doesn't hesitate.
Damon's from the Bronx.
I'm gonna give everybody a little game right here. Whenever nuggets like that drop, look at Tone and Val's face.
I know.
I hear them, and I'm watching them. They're like, Tone's
Listen.
moving his lips. Val's is
Listen.
like,
I'm like, I can't say
Listen, I
too
think-
much. I don't want to
think-
give away too much. I know what's going to happen.
I believe we are getting a pivotal scene at the end of the series. So I'm very excited for
Because
to-
payback.
It's going to be great.
I'm
It's also
gonna bring,
payback.
I'm going to pass it off to you,
He got vested
Seabass,
in the
really
tournament.
quick.
so yeah, we got a gay crasher that's crashing the gates right now. He's pulling a Damien coming from the back. Give it up for George.
Hey!
Yo, what's funny is I see new challenger approach, and I'm like, what? And then I'm like, it's only got to be one person.
Oh my God!
What's up, George?
What's up?
What happened? We
What's
fighting?
up, brother?
Yo, what's going on?
Should we all go to the back and just have you and Val duke it out?
Wait, hold on. I can't be Team Allison?
You could be Team Allison.
Wait.
I'm gonna move down here.
Everyone in this entire show, it's so gray. Like everyone is just different shades of gray.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I was
Some
telling
are dark
Sam,
gray, some are light gray, but it's all gray.
I was telling Sam the same thing. Like the way they've written these characters, you can like kind of understand where each one of them is coming from. You know what I mean? Like even like I was telling you with that scene with the tea, Allison knew her son ain't shit. She goes and smacks the shit out of him, right? She's like, yeah, you're no son of mine. But she understands that she's got to keep up appearances. And so this girl's gonna unfortunately have to be taken care of. You know, like, and you can see the hurt in her when she's doing it. She's got to do it. And it's really well done. Like
the actress is doing a great job.
Oh, she is. No, she is.
Olivia
The
Cooke is
character
killing
ain't
it
shit,
as
but she's doing a great job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And now she's got this half-baked prophecy that she has no idea what my man was saying because he was just high off milk of the poppy because that's all they were doing for those years. Just drug him up.
Yo,
I feel so
battery,
bad.
yo, like
You feel bad for it, yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, you got to think about it. You know, he doesn't want war; he wants peace internally in his home and in the kingdom that he oversees, and everything. And everybody is like trying to pull him towards that, and he's trying to keep the peace. His brother, his wife, his daughter, you know, the people around him, their hand, you know, so they're the ones who got him sick. Because mentally, he's just in a bad place. He's like, why is it that I'm trying to give them the perfect life and they don't want it? You know, and it's like, and he's trying to keep the peace and he doesn't know how to keep them. And not even after that beautiful speech about family, those damn freaking kids. I wanted to take all those kids and feed them to the dogs. I
was so emotional. Yeah, I was so emotional in that feast scene. It was such a good scene. Yeah. He's like, yo, even if not for yourselves, at least show you fucking give a fuck about me, bro. Like, get over this shit already.
Yeah.
And it was just such a good scene. When he took off his mask, I was not expecting that.
That gold mask is hard though. I like that gold mask.
Is that the same one from the dude from the crab keeper?
No, Corliss has it.
Corliss has that one.
Okay.
Which is fashioned a little bit after the harpies in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You know, there was one part in the scene where he walks into the throne room when he's like really sick and he can barely get up there or whatever, and he just looks like a mess, right? And you know that part where he drops the throne
crown.
I mean, the crown. The crown drops on the floor, and then what's his name? Damon picks it up and puts it on his head.
That was such an emotional scene.
That was ad-libbed. It wasn't in the script.
Yeah.
It fell off his head.
And they just kept it rolling.
And they just kept it rolling, and then Naaman came up and put it on his head. And I was like, wow, that's amazing writing to find out it wasn't even in the script. It was just them. That's how good these guys are.
Yeah.
What I loved was when he's going up.
And they're so good together.
No, what I love when Viserys is going up and you hear Damon like get the fuck up there. Like he's like get up there. He's like right next to him. He's helping him, but you hear him like whisper to him, like I know what you're trying to do. Get up there.
Yeah.
And that's it's great. Like he should have been the hand from jump because and I think when you have he's the perfect hand. Number one, because he loves his brother, and number two, he's the one who's going to do what the king's not going to want to do. He's going to get his hands dirty, and that's what you need. Instead, you got the other guy who's
conniving, backstabbing.
I think he inherited the other guy because I think the other guy served his father.
Yeah,
before he got it,
Yeah,
and that's why he was there.
Jaehaerys.
You're talking Hightower, right?
Yeah.
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 I also feel like
yeah.
the
Good.
hand is-
You're good,
Yes,
Pong.
Pong.
Wikipedia.
Talking about Otto. Look at you.
Good, bro.
Oh my
Making-
god, I hate
making
it.
connections that aren't even the
I
fucking
hate
Look at
it.
you.
You said you're talking Hightower, right? And now
Yeah.
he's super confident
Yo,
too.
yeah. Oh my, with his whole chest.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hightower, right?
But I would say whenever we see a hand of the king, it's always someone who has the best intentions. So we see like a Ned, we see Strong, or other cases, someone who is really smart, really calculated, and has some level of like respect for the king, kind of like they see eye to eye. And then on the other hand, we see all the other shady ass people who are like, nah, like I'm gonna be here, but I'm gonna do my own shit, kind of thing. I think Damon would be good as a hand of the king, like you said, Sam. But I don't know if he's he's smart, but you need him out on the battlefield. Like you do not need him in that throne room or in that like.
I think
I don't know.
I get that point, but I think Sam's right, because you have it's not just one person, it's a whole office where they all
Right.
input, right? There's certain levels of where he would have to be conceded, and I think had Damon been given that responsibility, you would have seen him step up to it.
And he has,
I don't doubt that he would step up to it. I think Damon is smarter than he gives off a lot of times, and he's like got the ability for it. But I feel like he's someone who doesn't like you. He's a type of person like, don't put him in a 9-to-5 office. Put him out there, let him work, let him do what he's good at. You know.
I think he should be in the room because he has the bullshit meter.
Yeah.
So he can
Right.
see
No,
who's the
I
one, and
completely agree.
he'll be the one to call him
Completely
out
agree.
in front of his brother, because his brother won't. His brother will be PC and political.
I think
He'll be the one
Viserys
that they
needed
call your
his
boss.
brother
Yeah.
to be by his side, because they're the perfect contrast, and that's because Viserys is the good side and Damon's more of the hard hand. That's something that they should have stuck together with, but Viserys was trying to,
See,
Damon was on the council until
He
Damon
was.
started acting like Damon.
Yeah,
Damon
that's
did
the
the
thing.
Damon.
but he was in the council doing the gold cloaks, and that was something completely different. Was he?
But he had other positions that they had given him because Otto was hand. Otto was going to be hand just because Viserys was going to do whatever Jaehaerys was doing, so Otto was going to be hand. Otto didn't like Damon, and so Otto was always like, give Damon all these bullshit jobs, and Damon did really good at the jobs until he got commanded the gold cloaks, and then he was like, he's got his own little fucking army. And even though he was there at the council, can give his opinions and stuff, Damon still did the things that Damon wanted to do: stealing eggs, not being with his wife, taking a mistress over to, like, he did a whole bunch of shit. So like,
Westeros divorce.
You need like a level-headed person as the hand, a strategist.
Right.
Damon is a doer. He cut that guy's head in the middle of the court, not even thinking about what would happen to him next. He was just.
he had to.
I know. I think he was. I think I agree with you, George. But I think he's still calculated enough to. It's not that he didn't like think, oh, what's gonna happen to me. He doesn't care.
Dude, already. The thing is,
Exactly.
he allowed him
care.
to hit. The thing is, Corlys signed his own fate the moment Vermund signed his own fate when he decided to speak to treason.
Oh,
He
So
said, "Say."
he was in
say,
his
say
right.
the word.
He was in his right.
He
Yeah.
warned the word.
And and after that head filled the
Damon
floor,
is Black Air Force energy.
Yeah, and when the knights surrounded him and he stood there in the middle and he had his knife getting ready to, I was like, oh, they don't know what they're up for. He's gonna cut him up. Like, yo.
So, do you think that when Hightower told Alicent that they were going to prevail, do you think that he meant it, or that was just something he was trying to do to get good favor?
This guy is good. He's good. We want to answer that shit. We want to answer it. You know we do. He's good.
I hate it. I hate it.
I can't with you.
How?
That is so funny.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Otto knew exactly what the fuck Otto was doing when he did whatever the hell he did that you're prescribing. Okay.
Yep.
I mean, because meanwhile you got Rhaenyra and Daemon in the background, right? And they're getting together, and they're like, they're going to come against Alicent, So like, do you think he was aware of that or no? Do you think he was just
Definitely
clueless?
knew. He was planning pawns. It was planning pawns along the way.
He wanted to make sure that his grandson would end up being, a king, because when you're a second son in Westeros, you don't get shit.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
Oh my
okay,
God.
that makes sense.
And in this case, he was first son.
I know that.
You know, it makes a whole
That
lot
was the
of,
problem.
makes a whole lot of sense, right?
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
I hate it so much.
Yeah. Tone's on to me now. Tone's like, I ain't let you get away with this. I'm gonna give you some bullshit. And you're gonna agree to it.
I do have a question because I'm not a historian of this, but is this the backstory that leads to the Mad King?
I haven't read the books.
This is a generation before or so.
Oh, generation before. Okay, so
Oh,
is there
about
anyone
a
in this,
generation and a half.
is any one of these kids the Mad King?
No,
Okay.
no. This happened. This takes place 200 years before the rebellion of Robert Baratheon.
You got like 8 kings left.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Few
I'm
generations.
sitting there like, which one of those kids is the Mad King?
No,
No.
you
It could
got,
all
you
be.
got, you
It's
got so much. It's
yeah. There's so
they're all
much more
crazy.
between.
yeah, you got him. You got Viserys, and then redacted, because I'm not going to spoil it for you, right? There's like 3 redacteds, and then we get Baelor the Blessed,
Yes.
and then we get then another redacted. Then we get Aegon the Fourth, and it goes all the way down, and then you get to Egg, and then he has a son, and then his son is Mad King.
The Mad
Aerys.
King. Yeah.
You get Jaehaerys the
Wasn't
second,
even
and
supposed
then
to be king.
Mad King Aerys.
Wow. Okay. So wait. So I have a question too. So going back to the whole thing with what's the guy's name with the guy that married Rhaenyra and he got killed by his lover. What's his
Leonor.
name?
Leonor.
So that didn't happen in the book like that. He doesn't. He
dies in the book. There's the way the book is written is
It's accounted.
stories of stories, and there's 3 different tellings that they get from it.
Okay.
But supposedly the killing of Leonor happens in front of a lot of people in an open court, so everybody sees him die. And his lover does get bribed to do it.
Okay.
But the fact that they didn't really die and he actually faked his death is different from what the books show.
Right. So okay.
Which
And
is
now-
a good way to turn about it. My only question with that is his dragon sea smoke.
Well, that comes to pass in
That's-
regards if we get Adam of Hull in
Right.
a number of years.
But that's what I
later.
thought. Why this I can't say too much. Never mind.
And these guys are legitimate. Like, I mean, when I listen to you guys, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, she said sea smoke. I'm like, what?
Thanks.
Sea smoke is
Dragon.
Laenor's dragon.
Laenor's
Ah.
dragon. And there's
they
no
bond.
lore. There's no
Right.
lore of you taking a dragon if their rider's still alive. So
Yeah.
in the book, Laenor dies, and then there's a whole thing with like some dragons being riderless. Some kid named Adam of Hull comes around and he claims sea
And
smoke.
who's supposedly
And
a
He's
Targaryen
Laenor's.
bastard somewhere.
He's apparently Laenor's son.
Okay.
And so there's speculation that Laenor will come back in later seasons as Adam of Hull to take
Okay.
sea smoke,
Okay.
because we have nothing based on the fact that a dragon can be taken if their rider's still alive.
But
Yeah.
and Damon isn't in on this fake death. He's not
Yeah.
in on that.
No, he
Oh,
was.
he
He's the
is
one
in
that
on it.
killed the guy in the stairs.
Live with the body.
Well, yeah,
So
he
yeah.
stole the dragon egg, right? That was a few episodes ago, right?
Yeah,
he
yeah.
stole the dragon egg.
So
And,
he stole the dragon egg a few episodes ago, and then he retrieved the dragon egg this past episode.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
okay,
he
right.
retrieved
Got it.
three from his own dragon. who
Why?
had a clutch.
Let me see.
He said, "Wow."
Oh my god! Because once I see it now, I can never unsee it, and it's
I know. And he's like, right, he's in the middle, so we all
Yeah.
look towards him.
Yo.
When he asks the question. He's like in the center.
Pog, you are a fucking mad, evil, like just ingenious bastard. I love you, but like, why?
I wanted to talk about She-Hulk.
I think
We're
we're
done with
getting.
She-Hulk. We're done
I
with
think we're
She-Hulk.
getting. How many seasons do you think we're getting?
We're
What
done
are we
with
getting
that
as far as
train, and now we're
seasons?
on the
4?
dragon.
I say
Okay.
4.
Okay.
I was thinking they might stretch it to 5, but 4
No,
might be
you
fair.
can't. You're gonna have. You have. So we're probably gonna end this season with redacted killing redacted over
Right
redacted.
after Baratheon.
Redacted.
Baratheon, right,
Redacted.
Okay.
Redacted. Come on.
Oh,
Black-
but no one
black-
knows what the hell I'm talking about.
So
Especially
what?
with
Okay,
me.
all right. All right,
So
whatever.
pretty
Fine, you're
fun,
right.
though.
Okay.
So redacted kills redacted after them
You
seeing
think that's what
redacted.
starts this and how
I
this
think-
I
season's
love
gonna
the-
end?
I
That would
think
be
that's
awesome.
I think that's what's going to end this season. I think our episode 2 for next season will be redacted and redacted going into the Red Keep
Ooh,
to
yes,
kill-
because
to
okay, that
kill-
makes sense.
Understands.
Wait,
That's
to
so
kill
hold on,
funny.
hold on.
redacted
I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
give
pull
me-
all of us
by giving
out
redacted
and just
the
keep
choice
these two.
to keep redacted alive.
No, that makes so much sense. I think that's what's gonna happen. That makes sense if they do it. But they're gonna stretch it out because we're gonna see more redacteds, and then
Yes.
the writers.
We're gonna see a whole bunch, and then I think by season 4 is when redacted will kill redacted by
Yes.
jumping off of his redacted.
Right. No,
Stabbing
that might
redacted.
happen in season 3
I don't know.
because
I don't. Oh, but
the
then yeah,
time
because
frame
then
because there's a lot more after
that's
season
true.
4, and then we see okay, you
Then
know
we
what?
see
That
then
sounds
we see redacted killed by redacted in front of redacted.
right. Yep. Okay.
Mhm.
That it's gonna play out.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be
Okay,
great.
everybody can come back.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Just change the name of this episode to Redacted.
Oh
Redacted.
my god, that was amazing.
That's it.
Bloody
That
hell.
was,
That was pretty good.
amazing.
Good job, guys. Good job.
I think we
That was
should
great.
read
Oh my
the
god.
books.
Like, honestly, bravo, because I've
Yeah.
only seen that done with like parents or like just people who
Twins.
like are like twins. Where you're just like on the know where you're like, I'm gonna say a whole story, but anyone else listening has no idea what we're saying. You
Yeah.
might as well be doing pig Latin right now.
Yeah.
No, I needed to go to Wikipedia.
Wickle.
Wikipedia.
That went to the version of Pong.
Yeah, but we are. I think we are getting the first major green
war
and
event.
black death this season
I think
to
so.
end the season is
Yeah,
what I
you
believe.
guys are gonna be blown.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
They
Yeah,
already
so-
had a bunch of greens die already. There's still more? Jeez.
You're gonna be blown. It's gonna be crazy.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
because these women are on another level.
Mhm.
Right now.
Oh, it's not. You know what? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's the woman.
Okay.
She said, all right. Okay. That's
Damn.
good.
I gotta get the
So,
book.
okay, so
Wow.
we got. I know Jack's been commenting a lot. So this last one coming in is that what's this one? So we're done fast forwarding. We're done. I know there's
Yeah.
been
No
a
more
lot of.
fast forward.
I know there's been a lot of concerns and issues in regards to fast forwarding and not being attached to these characters and
So they're not
whatnot.
fast
Yeah,
forwarding?
that sucks.
Yeah.
No
We're
more
done.
fast
We're
forwarding.
done with time jumps. We
That's
are
it?
The
now.
time jumps are dumb. Yeah, because at this
they
point,
needed to age up the kids to
Oh, okay.
young adults and adults, like because of their role
They
to
did,
play.
I think, yeah, they were doing.
where
it to
you see
explain the
them
hate to the
now
parents.
is pretty much where the story will take them going forward.
They're just
This
gonna grow.
season, what a lot of my friends are like, oh, they're doing too much too fast to this quick, and I'm like, you don't understand. There's a bigger story to tell. This is just the backstory, giving you nuggets of what you need to know before the bigger story happens.
Yeah, because I
And
was
it's-
digging Millie.
Oh, Millie Alcock was
Oh.
amazing.
Oh, I
as
was digging
Rhaenyra.
her. I mean, it was like, man, she's awesome.
Yeah.
She's
yeah,
really
she was
good,
great.
and I know there's
She was great.
concerns and like trying to understand like Kristen Cole killed this guy in a wedding. What are his consequences? Why does Larys feel the way he does? Let Larys feels because OG Game of Thrones, like you're in it. Like there's no
Straight
changing of
through, right.
time until the later
Right.
seasons when motherfuckers are just fucking fast traveling everywhere. But like
Right.
those earlier seasons, everyone's literally in it. Like you're going either days or weeks or so.
Mhm.
But I think
It's paced.
I think it's just necessary for this show just to tell this story. We kind of know what's going on. The story was alluded. The ending of the Dance of Dragons is said by Joffrey in the OG Game of Thrones.
Oh, really?
You can watch. There's a 20-minute animatic you can watch. Like, so they just wanted to get you to the place before it starts because I think
Yeah.
telling the story about Viserys and his role as king and his reign, getting to the dance, we needed it, and I didn't want to sit here for like 2 seasons of his reign. I didn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad they did it the way they did it.
I'm surprised it's lasted this long.
Did I miss something?
If
Maybe
he had died sooner, it probably wouldn't have resulted to
Nice.
the Dance of Dragons.
Oh, okay.
Well, the scene where when they were dancing, and then Fabio, whatever his name is, yeah, Fabian,
Patch.
yeah, the Search Christian started beating on him. Because when he told him, we I know the secret, we have to protect them at all costs or whatever. So what I missed, how all I know is I heard the scream, and next he's pounding on him. And then what is his name? Damon disappeared. Like I just missed that whole thing. So
prior to that, prior to that, Sir Christian was already battling his own internal thing with his honor and him going against his oath and him not being chastised and having sex with Rhaenyra. So he's already battling that inside of him, and he thought the one way he can redeem himself was marry her and run away. So like that, it didn't seem like he took advantage of her. He was feeling guilty. When the lover approaches him to, like, we got to be behind them and support them, he's like basically giving an, I know you fuck with her and I fuck with him, we'll do this together and make sure everybody's in the right place. And Sir Christian, that was not his end game. He didn't want to be the queen's bitch. He did not want to be the side boy. He was like, yo, and you're not supposed to know, so I don't know who you're talking to, I'm about to handle you, kind of thing. He just snapped. He snapped, and he was on the cusp of killing himself. If it wasn't, it was a way to build for him to see the switch where he joins Alicent's support and how.
But there was
that's where Sir Otto gets the boot, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
there was no
Right.
consequence for that either. Like he walked off unscathed.
God
Yeah, we don't. It also shows. It also shows where Alicent's power started to change in by that time. They don't show I believe it was about a 5-year jump before when they show her back that he's now in the service of Queen Alicent, and they didn't have him be punished or lose his rank. It just transitioned over to there. They didn't respect a guy who was just coming to court. Plus, he was just Sir Leno's gay cousin, gay friend, or whatever.
Yeah, I did like when she was put in her place when she wanted him to attack, and she goes, I command you. He goes, no, I'm here to protect you. I'm not your assassin.
When the kid got his eye taken,
with eye, because I want you to
did that because he is not the Lord Command. He wasn't the dude with the beard. It was like, yo, don't play yourself. Like you see the cut scenes of where he's looking at him like, slow your roll.
If he was
the main dude, he would have did it.
Yeah.
But he still has to follow chain of command.
I gotta give it to the actor that played the Lord Commander and the King's Guard, because he's also played a great character in what's it called?
He's in a bunch of shit actually.
Yeah, he is. He was in Outlander the first 2 or 3 seasons. Played beautiful in that show and all that, and he really brings to life a lot of his characters. So give a big kudos to him with that.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, Game of Thrones. Like I'm kind of happy we're getting to show, like how Valentone said, that this story has a beginning and an end compared to like when we got the original Game of Thrones series, which didn't finish, and then the showrunners kind of muffled that up. So it's like they have a beginning and the end, and all they're doing is figuring
Castlevania.
Robin?
Sorry,
Robin?
I was looking him up because you were like, yeah, he's been everything. I was like, yeah, I looked it up the other day. He's fucking Dracula, the Lord Commander.
His name is McTavish, right? It's McTavish, right? That's his last name?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's voice actor. There you go.
Damn.
But do we have a Deadpool prediction? Because they're saying we're gonna get a major death.
Listen.
Yeah, I can.
Yawa can run. I'm not gonna say anyone.
I cannot confirm nor deny, but I will allow all of you, including you, Pong, because I can't wait to see what you pull out of your ass.
Right, you should Pong go first, but go now because I don't want you looking or going forward.
It'll be like a game of Clue. You need to say who the killer is, who the victim is, and how do they kill them.
Yeah.
Oh, who the killer is? Oh, okay.
There's
There's
going to be a major death between the Green and the Black.
I mean, so right now, coming off the last episode, I would say that Rhaenyra's children are in trouble, right? Rhaenyra's children are in trouble, and it's probably going to be Vaemon that does it, right? Because I mean, after they come in and like, your children are bastards, blah blah blah. You think Rhaenyra's gonna
mean the guy with one eye?
Vayman
I
is
don't know.
already dead.
Damon's dead.
Yeah, Vayman's dead
Damon
as
is
of
dead?
last episode.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
because Damon beheaded him. That's right. That's right. That's
Right,
right. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
You know what?
Wow. I must have got up. I must have got up to go
You
get a
had it.
drink
You-
at that point.
You were going, man. I thought you
I
had
was.
it.
Yeah.
I was. I didn't read
Right.
one. If I would have read one sentence further, it says Damon beheads him.
Right.
They made you sweat.
Oh my
All right,
Dang it.
Law, what's your
Oh
prediction,
Oh
Law?
my
Alright, go
god.
ahead,
Why am
Law.
I going next?
Go ahead.
'Cause
What's
you're
your
right
clue
there.
section?
Yeah.
This person
I
did it.
whiffed it. It should be easy to follow. You got this.
Honestly, so I want to say it's going to be. Part of me thinks, obviously, like the
Amen.
Eamon and Aegon, they're gonna live for a while. I almost want to say it's gonna be one of Rhaenyra's kids who goes, and more than likely, it'll be the younger one, Luke.
Okay, so you've got a victim of Luke.
I got a victim
who-
of Luke.
Who's your murderer and what is your weapon?
Uh,
Like, let's just say place where, but I think that'll be too hard,
yeah.
you know.
I would say Luke, Driftmark Castle. Ooh. I'm gonna say by Aemon's sword.
Okay, Aemon's sword at Driftmark, Luke.
Yep.
Okay.
Sam?
So what's the question?
Who's the big death in the next episode?
Next two
What do you
episodes.
predict?
Yeah, and
The
yeah,
next 2 episodes.
there's gonna be a major death between the blacks and the green. And if I'm wrong, I'm gonna be really pissed. I'll be honest. That's gonna be the one thing I'm gonna be pissed about this show is that if they get, there's a couple things, but whatever. There's gonna be a major death between the blacks and the greens. Who do you predict it? Who the murderer will be, who the victim will be, and how it's done?
It's somebody who's supposed to be a future king. That one of the kids that's gonna get killed. I think it's either gonna be the mother, the green, the queen of the green family, whatever. She's gonna pay her revenge for losing her for what happened. So she's pissed off. She just lost a son. So I think she's gonna act. I think somebody's gonna get one of the kids are going, and I'm not sure. I don't know by who. But I think it's gonna either be the queen of the greens, whatever her name is.
Alice.
I'd go Black Queen.
Rhaenyra?
I don't know. There's an episode
Or-
called The Black Queen.
Yes.
Or-
the green, I think it's
or
the green
Alice-
council
or at
and
the-
the Black Queen, I think.
Or at the hand of Alicent, because she has the devil on her side with Matthew, Larry Strong, whatever, Laris. So either he is gonna be the one that kills one of
Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra's kids, or the Green family is gonna kill one of the kids. So somebody's gonna kill one of the kids.
He
Got
hasn't seen it either.
No, this is,
I'm kidding.
I think that's what's gonna happen. That's what's
he
gonna set
just
off.
recently binge watched. That's what it is.
All right,
Oh,
go ahead.
all right.
George.
Okay, so I have a question for you guys. In the dance, right, at the dinner, the two cousins are getting married, right? And I think it's Aemon is, or is it Aemon? The
Aemon
older
is
brother.
the one eye.
The old, not the other one. the
Aegon.
older brother.
Aegon, the one who was egging him
Yeah.
on.
So he's talking to the other cousin like, if you want a good time, come see me, because he doesn't know what he's doing. Who's the kid that's marrying that girl?
Jace.
Jace. Okay, I think
That's
Jace.
that's Rhaenyra's oldest.
He's the
That's
one
the
next in
oldest.
line after Rhaenyra.
Okay, so I think that One-Eyed Jack, what's his name? Aemon, right?
Aemon. Mhm.
Okay, he is going to want to kill the younger brother. Okay, the younger brother for what he did to his eye. Okay, and the older brother is
House
going to
of
get
Dragon.
in the way, and so the older brother is going to get killed by Aemon. Okay, and this may even go down where they train the dragons.
Mhm.
So I think that's what's going to happen. I think that the older son's going to get killed by his uncle at this point, right? Aemon.
Yeah.
In that
That's
training.
not a bad
Time out.
prediction.
Can
Changing? You
ooh,
recanting?
ooh,
He said,
ooh,
Are you
nah, because
recanting?
I feel like your boy Amon is so petty that he would kill his betrothed just to fuck, just because.
That's a good prediction too.
So we think Amon's
Bela?
gonna be a killer.
Bela.
Listen, Amon is about it. I feel like Aegon runs his mouth. I don't know that he's the type to back it.
He's
But,
a
like,
Joffrey.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, if someone like smacked him, oh my god, you fucking smacked me. Like, you know what I mean? So like I think out of the people who are about it, I see Jason and Aegon, or Amon, Jesus Christ. I see Jason and Amon like really butting heads and going at it. But Amon, if he's anything like fucking Damon, isn't gonna go for the direct. He's gonna make him fucking suffer. How do you make him suffer? Kill his little brother. Kill his little brother, or kill his betrothed. Either one. Those are my predictions. And if it's his little brother, he's gonna do it. If it's the betrothed, he's gonna do it like up close and personal. If it's the little brother, he's gonna do it by dragon. Those are my predictions. I said it.
Okay. Seabass?
So I am going to go with Cyclops is going to kill the oldest bastard.
Cyclops.
So Amon.
So he says Aemon
is
the
going
one
to
eye
kill
is gonna kill
Jace.
Jace, just Ceres.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
For a second, I thought we were talking Marvel again. I was like, wait, Cyclops?
and it's gonna be because of Joffrey, you know, the Joffrey one, the early Joffrey, the Aegon, who, you know, we call it just jerk, and it's gonna be something that's gonna involve him, and then he's Cyclops is just gonna kill the bastard, the oldest bastard. That's it.
Okay.
Cool.
Now, if I'm right, Tone, you gotta text me.
What is it? It's every Sundays?
Yes.
Yeah,
on
it's
Sunday.
Sunday,
Every
so
Sundays.
it'll probably be. I don't
We
know.
got
if
2
it's
more
gonna
episodes,
be,
I believe.
So we are gonna. I don't think we're gonna get the major death. I think it's gonna be the season ender. Like, it just makes sense for it to be the season ender. There's gonna be some funky shit that happens in episode 9, especially if you in the preview you saw Beesbury going nuts in the council room. Like, that's gonna be a pretty good.
Scene.
That's gonna be a pretty cool scene. And you'll see you'll see how attached Kristen Cole is to Allison in that room. And I think and it's some of y'all got some nuggets and some tidbits here and there, but we'll find out in about 2 weeks.
How about, I thought you said not confirm or deny. I mean,
So
I
you
just
guys-
said tidbits. I said tidbits.
Okay.
I said,
So you guys know who's getting it next.
that's what all that redacted talk was talking about.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's going to be redacted.
Shit. What was I thinking?
I feel like
Yeah.
some of us might have
It's
got
all right, man.
close.
There's a
Seabass,
lot
did
to
you-
keep track of.
Seabass,
It's hard
did
for
you
me,
make a prediction?
even, you know?
I did. I made the prediction. I said
Cyclops Cyclops is gonna kill Jace.
Okay.
That's what he thinks.
Okay.
The consensus is that Aemon One Eye is the one who's actually gonna kill somebody.
Yeah.
'cause Aegon's a
Apparently, everybody thinks Aemon's killing everyone. Sam thinks Alice, one of the moms, is killing him.
bitch. Yep.
All right.
Got it.
Listen,
Okay.
but we got some great episodes coming up. I mean, first of all, our season finale is going to be December 13th, which I think is great. Then we go on a nice little winter break. But yeah, next week we're going to cover, what was it, She-Hulk and Lords of the Rings. We're going to have Wayward Raven on next week, so make sure you guys tune in on that. The following week, then we're
Our
going to
finale episodes, She-Hulk's
Oh,
finale
yeah.
and Rings of Power finale. So we're going to be discussing the ends of both of those shows.
No werewolf by
the
night.
Lakers in the 4.
I need to see Werewolf by Night. I haven't seen it.
Werewolf by
I gotta
Night
see
might
it
get
too.
pushed till the Halloween episode.
Yep,
Yeah.
November 1st.
Pong, is it
Werewolf
good?
by Night. But
No, it's real good. Oh, it's real good. Yeah.
Really
No,
good?
see it.
Okay.
It's okay. So it's kind of like how, you know, how like She-Hulk we were talking earlier is like your comedy, bite-sized show from the 90s or whatever. Well, with Werewolf by Night, it's totally a 1930s, 1940s horror movie. And they did something freaking ingenious by having it in black and white. You gotta have me back on to talk about it.
Prediction Lakers in
Okay, he's
4.
excited.
Oh no, I'm super pumped. It was really
November-
good. I don't
November
like
1st.
horror movies, but I liked this.
We get you back on November 1st. Then.
All
Also,
right.
too, we got our Thanksgiving episode on the 22nd. We're gonna talk about some feel-good family movies for the
fuck?
holidays. Yeah, the 22nd.
Not
She's
even
like,
that
"Are we?"
far. How about we just next week we've got our finale episode of She-Hulk and Rings of Power. The following week will be our finale House of Dragon episode, and then to wrap up the month is our Halloween episode. And then we'll talk about the schedule for next month.
I got to find the Wikipedia page for Rings of Power.
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna-
Or
Just
make me
like-
break out.
Good
It's not my
stuff.
fault, you know.
Good luck with that one, okay? Because
Yeah,
this
that
shit
one's too much
this
stuff.
shit's easier to follow on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
That Rings of
Pong,
Power, man.
if you need a hookup on Lord of the Rings content, we'll
We
hook
got
you up
you.
with our last guest. Yes, Val will hook you up.
Yeah.
We got someone for you.
Jack's a genius, and he has like this whole literary thing that he wrote out of everything Tolkien. It's
Oh,
like,
that would be funny.
Yeah, we learned.
Oh wait, he was on the show. That was last week, right? Or was it
couple
last week,
weeks
week
ago.
before,
Yeah.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I
had
know
to
who
go
you're talking
back.
about. Yeah, no, I was watching that like, oh my god, like this guy knows.
He knew a lot. I was
Knows
like,
his
holy
stuff.
shit.
Knows his
Yeah.
stuff.
Wow.
No, you know it. But Sam, George, Sam, definitely want to thank you for coming on too with again the Kickstarter campaign, guys. Sam,
Thanks for having me.
definitely. You know you're always welcome on the show. You know
Yes,
you guys
sir.
are. As you can see, George jumps in to defend you. It's like WWE style in here.
Yo,
Listen,
George
I
be in the comments.
Sam
Just
didn't
get ready.
need
Like,
no
all
one
right,
to
let me get my
defend him.
camera
He
set
had
up.
it.
It's like I have a policy. I'm not gonna go at it. But that's George's lane. He's the controversial one.
What? Listen, man. This
That's
guy.
why when Val came hard, he was waiting. He was like, "Don't worry, George
I
is
didn't
coming."
come hard.
George
Hold
is
on,
coming.
wait.
No,
Don't get it
but-
confused.
okay,
I
all right. He
wasn't
was like
coming-
this.
I was like,
All I know is
oh,
when she said, "This is why you men," I was like, "Oh."
when Sam
No,
opened his
no.
mouth, I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Mhm.
What's a wrap?
Oh, but it's a lot of love again. We
Quote
wish
of the
you-
line, man ain't shit. Quote of the line. Quote of the night. That's it. Man ain't shit.
This is the
Felt
truth,
that.
though.
I love you. It's great.
Oh, this is
Fucking
beautiful. I love it.
Fucking great. You're right though. You're right. Man ain't shit.
Yeah. I ain't mad that she's I mean, couldn't she slow it down some? Sure. But they
But
all
why?
can. They all
Why?
can. They all can. The men
Go
can, the
get
females
yours.
can. I'm just saying in general. However,
She's
I
having
ain't faulting
fun.
her.
But look,
These
I ain't faulting her.
I'll say this. Val. Check it out. Renee, is it Renaria? Renaria?
Rhaenyra.
Renaria?
Mhm.
Okay, so the way she
Rhaenyra.
does
Huh.
her stuff,
Mhm.
I love the way they write that. That's great writing, right? The
Mhm.
way She-Hulk is doing her stuff, a little weak.
How is that a little weak?
But
I don't understand how that's weak.
She-Hulk is
You
written
understand
like a
this is-
sitcom.
No,
Exactly.
Okay, hold on. But
Need the
sitcoms can
popcorn.
be good. Sitcoms can be well written. I just think that the problem with this particular show is that the writers have admitted that they are not strong writers at writing lore or action sequences. This is what these shows are. This show is attorney at law. Like the best episode.
It's a comedy.
Hold on. But so was Ally McBeal, and that was well written. I thought that was well written when I
I
watched
never
it
watched
back in
that
the
crap.
I never watched Ally McBeal. Yeah.
You know what, the show-
but that's what I'm saying. That's what it was trying to be, and you're calling.
Let me get the
it crap.
Wikipedia up.
No, I didn't watch Ally McBeal, but it's like a pinnacle like lawyer sitcom.
That's what
show.
I'm saying. I just think you can write that a little better. You guys got to admit it's not. Come on, you
I'm gonna
gotta
say
admit.
no.
I disagree.
No, I'm
honestly.
gonna say.
I
this.
want more.
I
I want more law
God
stuff.
damn it.
I will say that's my. I would like more law room. Like
Me
I want.
too.
But
I
this
kinda-
isn't okay. The thing is,
like,
I
I
don't
would've
think
wanted,
what
like,
we
a
forget,
version-
fail to mention is She-Hulk, not just the law stuff. She's also we're going through her experience as a female. You
Yeah.
guys don't understand it because you're not females, so it doesn't relate to you the
Fair.
way that you would
I
normally
refuse to say
feel that
anything
way.
on this matter.
I was just gonna add this, like the show itself. I think it's pretty well written. Where I get what George is saying is that the show suffers for one thing and one thing only, is that it is 30 minutes, and it feels like they do try to cram. But again,
Thank you, Michelle.
I also see where also too with everything with the show where it shows that it definitely does hit the female demographic very, very hard, which is, again, it's phenomenal. It's great. It's funny. I think the show could have been a few more minutes, a little longer, which we probably would have gotten a little bit of extra stuff, which I think that's why the last episode for me was the best one of the season, which I laughed at a lot of the stuff, but it's and I think even the episode before with all the villains that she was in that focus group with and everything, like you got to see her. It was a good episode. You got to see her vulnerability. I think in the beginning it kind of suffers that because the show is just short. You don't know where it's going, but like they said, Marvel wasn't going to hide that this show was going to be written as a comedy and sitcom, and I think that some of these writers, they didn't know how to in the beginning condense, but as the show goes on with each episode, you can kind of see that they were finding their footing. It's just, again, it's not a bad show. It's the greatest MCU show? No. Is it the worst MCU show? No. It hits its point. It hits what it's supposed to do. And it paid a lot of love in the comics, where even the writer who wrote the last run for She-Hulk, he was like, yeah, it felt like they ripped from the comic. But it's just, also with comics, it's hard to translate some of that stuff to the big screen. But
I like all the stuff they're doing. I like when I just also like the added benefit of her being in the law room. I think that shit's awesome. All the other things that she's dealing with, that Val, you are correct. I have no idea what it is. I like watching it. I like seeing it. I like the fact that it's written and produced and created by women. I love all that stuff. I just like when Tatiana's in the law room and giving someone the book, and I wanted some Phoenix Wright shit. Like, I think that's just added.
So
I hear you.
That's actually another thing, though. Like, if you're going to go to Ally McBeal and say that well, why couldn't it be well written like that? I mean, everybody remembers the episode Lost and Found, right? That was in season 6, where Raven gets Lynn and Ally to do this big double date between him and Ginny. But then Ling is out there posing nude, right, just to get famous on TV, right?
I'm done with you, Pong. I am done. If you needed product placement for Wikipedia, this is the episode. You hear this shit?
Oh my god!
What'd you think about that one?
That was good. And to everybody's point, I see everyone on the dais right now. They're concerned because no one hates the show. We just, we obviously look at the different things, but we're not going to say like, yeah, we know what a woman goes through, which is different from like all the other assholes out there.
I don't know what it's like.
But at the same time, it is still a fun show. It's a fun show. And I can't wait to see what she does more with the character. And I feel as they continue if they do continue to show, because we don't know what they're going to do with the Marvel shows. I could see this coming back as a season 2, and I feel like they're going to continue to find their stride with how to deliver that. And again, it's delivered some of the fun tongue-in-cheek stuff with Marvel, which again, we got a lot of Morts of the Months and all that in there. So,
well, and that's what I love about this and about Werewolf by Night, is that Marvel can be just about anything to anyone, right? We just had a hacker slasher horror, well, not hacker slasher, but we just had a horror movie, and honest to God, a horror movie, blood, guts, and everything with Werewolf by Night, right? And also we've got a fun, light and airy comedy with She-Hulk, and they both happen in the same freaking universe. Yeah. So I mean, you gotta love it. So yeah, you get different things. It's kind of like think of it like a salad bar. You know what I mean? Like, there's a little bit of this, there's a little bit of that, a little bit of that. It's whatever you want.
I'm gonna tell you the episode that I'm waiting for She-Hulk is the She-Hulk special, where she has to go to court to defend this character that just comes out of nowhere, who has his friend who to support him, where she's defending Wonder Duck for landing in the wrong place, and Duty's right there to support him and everything. There we go, instant plug right there. Wonder Duck and there you go. God. There you go, and an alien in my toilet. There you go. I'm gonna tell you now, it would work because she has defended Howard the Duck.
Oh, that's
he has.
But yeah, this has been fun, guys. I think
That's what we need, a Howard the Duck spinoff. Go ahead.
Good stuff.
It's don't give him ideas. It's gonna probably happen. Get Seth Green to voice it. Boom, there you go. Howard the Duck Adventures. If we get a Howard the Duck spinoff, we are gonna get the vampire cow.
It'll be a natural fit, just like when Allie hired Ginny to work as an associate at Cage and Fish. You guys remember that one, right?
Sure, yeah, all
That
day.
was season 5, episode 1, of course.
All
Yeah.
right. I mean, of course. I
Duh.
totally remember that one.
Fucking 1992 and shit.
About to start bringing in the dancing holographic.
2001.
baby that
Thank
she
you very
sees.
much.
Jesus. Okay. Oh, excuse us.
You got the
Howard.
date and everything. I fucking love it.
Oh, it's okay. It's kind of thing you misunderstood, because just like Cage misunderstood Allie when he overheard her say that she loves him.
Roll the credits.
And, you know,
This has been your, we love you guys. This has been your boy Sebastian.
Oh my god.
Oh, wait, come on. I didn't even get like a warning on that.
I don't think we need a warning after that. We got the whole Wikipedia. And Pong is dead right now. There you go.
It's your boy Law. Like I got no. All right.
Are we surprised? Are we really surprised?
He's dying over there.
It's your, I really am. I really am. I promise you. Because like it just like I'm hearing everything, and then we're just wrapping up, and I'm like,
I can't.
And Pong is just reading Wikipedia from fucking Alec McBeal, you know?
Yeah.
And trying to tie
And making
like,
it sound like
dude, you're really looking for like the episode plots to really connect it to the conversation.
Yeah.
You know.
that's
like,
like,
I gotta give, I
don't
give you
know.
credit for that. At least
I don't know if you're like control effing and like looking for key terms to read off of something. I
was.
don't know.
yeah,
Oh,
I was earlier. Yeah.
Oh my god.
got it.
But mainly I was scanning for names. I'm really good at speed reading. So like oh, Bolaris or whatever. Like there we go. Okay. And I just waited.
You waited for your time.
I just
It's like,
waited.
Just waited for my time.
Moment.
Oh,
God.
It's hilarious.
This is
All right,
a good
guys. So
All right,
tune in
thank
next
you.
week.
Next
We're
week
gonna
we
talk
got She-Hulk
finales.
and Lords of the Rings finales.
Yes.
we got more door.
Yeah. Holy shit. I'm excited because
Mhm,
there's
that's
been
gonna
a
be a good
lot happening in these last few episodes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All
See,
right.
Bess?
This is
Just
your
like
boy
that.
Sebastian.
It's been your boy Law.
Your boy Tone from across the hall.
Why do we sound so defeated?
And of course, last but not least, Vmac. Thank you guys. Join us next week. Have a great night.
I won.
There we